A very good afternoon to all. Ahanba magtada aina ngasi Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch na Prevention of Violence in Healthcare haidana mingthonba Extempore speech competition ama sinjabasida judge oina thaudang pubinabagi damakta matam achinba kya kaithoktina lakpiriba Sri Dr. R.K. Nimai, retired IAS Commissioner, Government of Manipur, and Mathangda Sri Professor C.H. Ibohol Maitei, Professor of Management and Director CESD Manipur University, Amadi Sri Yumnam Rupachandra Singh, Editor-in-Chief Impact News Pu, Moigi Achinba kya kaithopi dunang asigi program sida just oina thaudang pu nabagi damakta lakpi bagi damakta hanjan na noluk chabaga loina na taram na wokchari mathang da college asigi akhoi ki Indian Medical Association asigi program sida saruk yana bi damakta Manipur gi tongan ba college kaya amadi school kaya singdagi moigi academic career gi matam khara kaithok pi dana moi saruk yana bi dangta laiba mayam participant mayam sing buju aina welcome taujari aduga ngasi gi akoi gi IMA gi program asida support tawbiri ba akoi gi senior IMA members mingoi na palabda Sir Davli Sir Mohen adegi atai audience atai support staff sing buju aina akoigi State Working Committee of Indian Medical Association saitagi hanjan na thagatpa wahi thamjari program haunabagi damakta ihan hana welcome and keynote address bibinogi damakta aina akoigi Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki Secretary Dr. James Elang bambu wahi khra thambina koksanjari
bamaktada mayam lengbirei ba unamakpu nolukna korumjari. I heartily welcome all our participants who have very willingly and very enthusiastically come here to join. I also welcome our three judges, Sir Nimai, Rupachandra Singh, and Professor C.H. Ibohol Maitei for having agreed to be the judge for this extempore speech. Akoigi senior members, IMA gi, adagi akoigi colleagues, mayam ngasigi program asibu kano tawna ba arrange tawbina ba help tawbada. I really thank each of them. I also welcome the media, the press and the media available here. Asing bamakti ay minute ahum muktang laujage han bada akoina IMA gi ngasi gi extempore speech program si to si haibagi organize to si haibagi idea si how to create an awareness that is happening all over the world, not only India and Manipur. Adubu akoi gi healthcare akoi gi fraternity da services da akoina nungti gi violence si act si thengnari ba masi karmain torga akoi aware oigadage aware oihen basi karigi darkar no hai matamda it not only akoi gi is the responsibility of the healthcare professional but also akoi gi society as a whole and all the akoi gi kai haitare organizations, the governmental setups, the police, the lawmakers. We also had a panel discussion a couple of months back. So we feel that it is very much utmost important that we should create this awareness and spread this awareness to all the spheres of the society, which is making and the country at large. The masi akoina awareness yi wangang bada adagi di akoina print media da masi puthoku matamda masi individually touch tawba ngamdaba aduna akoigi ngasi gi pandam si mi kun manga kuntra initially ngarang bokta 23. Now we have almost around 30 participants. Sige kuntra sina masigi topic sida akwai senior members mayam na haibirei extempore speech the kadabagi topic si pitho ino. The topic see it is a theme, that the theme is we're going to concentrate on prevention of violence in healthcare. Under this theme we have got so many topics, almost around ranging to 25 to 26 topics, which you're going to choose from them and then you're going to speak extempore. Asida prepare to wada adagi di ngang bada maduda thengnarakadoriba ideas and topics masi percolate to wada saigi mi kuntra si khakta nataba madubu guide to biriba magi oza magi parent adagi magi mamanaba adagi sida lakpiriba tagadauba mayamsi madugi idea do khaziktasu about 50% to 60% si imbibe tawra chatpi khragadi I think IMA Manipur branch will be successful in imparting this particular knowledge in preventing violence against healthcare professionals. Healthcare workers are at risk of violence all over the world, and you'll be astounded to know that almost up to 38% of the healthcare workers suffer physical violence at some point of time in their careers. Ada masina kari torke heda masi akoina sexually or verbal or threatened, if not physical, or sometimes to the very extreme of committing suicide or killing. Akoi Dr. Assam dagi ama leikidaba yaure adagi atei dagi kenu to busu yam yaure. So masina kai torke da akoi gi conflict situation je thengnaraga healthcare professionals sing se masi kai haitare dishearten orakpa koina taujariba profession sida is the tauningakta maduna akoi gi quality of care si masi suspect orakpa ai yam thuna thabak si tokning ba adagi masigi kenosi these are the fallouts of the persistent violence in the healthcare. The masi ai ngai haijaki maina failure of the system. We have already a Manipur Medicare Prevention of Violence Act, which was instituted sometime in 2016-15. The masigi execution si akoi phajana tawbang amibra mayam se kyam yam na masi aware oirage madugi potsi akoina system si because of the ngasai hana akoina ngangna gi bedu maina police ki mathau doctor ki mathau adagi law ki mathau execute tawna ba madugumba mayam si ki failure si akoina how do we tackle masigi potsi ai thamjaraga I once again welcome all of you to this extempore competition speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. James. Program gi makha chathrak po aina ngasi gi extempore speech competition asi gi chairperson oibigedaba akoi gi senior IMA member amasung immediate past president Sir Dr. Laisram Sam Kumar maku lengkhat pirak na kakuchari mathang da past Vice President Sir Dr. R.K. Lenin Busu lengkat pirak na bagakutchari. Aduga ngasigi program zigi part amo ina timekeeper ki role ay isamak na hujagani ay mayamdam ta saktak chake ay ha Dr. Soram Gautam ay ha IMA Manipur State Branch ki treasurer oina pau pujabani hujik mathang da ngasigi judges sing na score pira matung da final tabulation tawigedaba akoi gi Central Working Committee member Dr. A. Vivekananda Singh buju magi mafam da lengsin binaba ningsin jari makha chathrak poina aina chairperson da program asi sinajarage aduga ngasi gi extempore speech competition asi gi rules and regulation haurakpada yana na oina pathok pina buju ningsin jari. Thank you, sir.
Ngasigi Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch na sinjaba extempore speech sidaida mahangde election biba kai kunaba judges ahum aduga senior members sing koi past president koi Sir Mohan Tahandavli koi IMA person Jogendra aduga Jiban Hospital ki managing director Dr. Ashok aduga Dr. Jiban Mala Wajah Singh, Chhatra Singh, media person Singh, Panamapoi Hanamata the Kok Donjari. I rules and the regulations see Amukta Patokchake Angang Mayam Chasing Pajanata Tabiu. The participant has to speak in Manipuri or English. The participant will be allowed to select the topic once only. The participant will not be allowed to take any paper or material with him or her during the speech. Each participant will be given 4 minutes to speak on a topic picked up by him or her. Warning bell will be given at 3 minutes. There will be negative points for not keeping time. No offensive derogatory language shall be allowed during the speech. This is very important. No, I repeat, no offensive or derogatory language shall be allowed during the speech. Participants will be judged by 3 judges based on the prescribed parameters. In case of a tie, the winner will be decided by the panel of judges by mutual discussion, and judges' decision will be the final. And one announcement to the participants: we'll be having 2 separate categories. Instead of junior or senior, we'll be having secondary students category and college and above. And this we have decided because we have a lot of participants. Amla abanina akoina category anisi thamaga akoina prize adum pivam thokpa first, second, third akoi decision akoi IMA Manipuri State Branch luxury. Thank you. All the best to all the participants. Dr. Lin.
Good afternoon. Mayam Kurumzari, Nasi Equina, Indian Medical Association, Manipur State Branch, Sinjariba, Yamamaru, Toramaman and Elozaba, Nasa Equina, welcome address and keynote address, the Sutambikre, Equigi Pritivi Sida, Malem Sida, violence in Omanomagi and Galapa, me Amagasi, me Amadona Uraktaba, Tanjasida, Equina Mayamgi, Mating Pangzariba, Mayamgi Sebato Zariba, healthcare workers sing, healthcare institutions sing the so. Masi exception o ina leitaba masi da su violence dumak sa tharak pa sinamara moiraga mayam gi mating pangbada apan boirakpa ninghan narakpa amadi hairiba akhoi gi profession sigi charm se handarakpa mayam gi sewa tobda apan boirakpa se masi akhoi mayam changdana thingminanabagi yaragadi masi deter tawnabagi maramda awareness yamna pakshana spread tobda darkar oi doctor ngakta alatraga aduga group of the society na khanaraga yaroi Ekoi kudik makna saruk yaba darkar oi haibagi team the bangthok sariba extempore speech asida ekoi mayam lembiraktana thawai yauna saruk yabi bagi damakta participants sing amadi school gi college gi principal sing amadi authority sing bu hanhanna ekoi thagat pasida koi chairperson oina ekoi ani gi su saruk ya jari loinana ngasi ekoi gi competition asibu yamna fair oina mayamda koi gi athoi hen tanaba sigi Mark Nasingba Pibi Gadaba, Yingbi Gadaba Judges, Sing Paidaki and Maru and Lozeraga, Economayam the Saktak Sage, Yan Hana, Hana, Commissioner no Ebiramba, Yamung Arkenimai, IAS, Linkshin Biduna Lebire, Yamna Paksana, no less Leviba, Amadi Society Kunai Biamna Kupna, Yingsin Biba Dumba, a senior citizen Moina, Yamna no luxury, Anisubada, Professor C.H. Ibohol, Manipur University da management ki professor oibibani aduga director in CEST ozaba so ko na taram no oksari aduga ahum suba sina akoi mayam gi pau koloy mayam gi pausel mayam amma tabiraga mayam da yohan biriba akoi gi impact news ki chief editor in chief oiba mayam gi akoi gi mouthpiece haijabtare akoi gi Rupachandra basu akoi na taram no oksari judges ahum sina Yamna fear oina just tawigani ngasai thambigi badongna category ani thongna khaidok sare hanadi akoina open oizaramani up to 12 and 12 above aduna mayam ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯗꯥꯡ ꯄꯤꯔꯒꯅꯨ ꯅꯣꯏꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯖ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯈꯥꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯁꯤꯅꯤꯌꯔꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯖ ꯑꯍꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯀꯣ ꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯄꯥꯎꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯧꯖꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯄꯨ ꯋꯦꯜꯀꯝ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ IMAꯒꯤꯗ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯔꯅꯤꯇꯤꯕꯨ ꯂꯨꯆꯤꯡꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯠ ꯄꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯁꯤꯅꯤꯌꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯃꯣꯍꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯙꯕꯂꯤ ꯃꯃꯨꯀꯤ H ꯄꯥꯂꯤꯟ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ IMAꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯤꯗꯦꯟ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯖꯨꯒꯤꯟꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯀ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯔꯤ ꯖꯦꯝꯁ ꯑꯗꯩ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯛꯆꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ IMAꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯎꯠ ꯏꯁ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯕ꯭ꯔꯥꯟꯆ ꯂꯤꯡꯈꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯚꯥꯏꯁ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯦꯁꯤꯗꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯗꯥꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯁꯣꯛ ꯀꯨꯃꯥꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯍꯣꯁꯄꯤꯇꯥꯜꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯤꯡ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯦꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯂꯇꯥ ꯑꯇꯣꯞꯄ ꯁꯤꯅꯤꯌꯔ ꯃꯦꯝꯕꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯃꯦꯝꯕꯔꯁ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯗꯤ IMA ꯑꯗꯨ ꯄꯥꯔꯇꯤꯁꯤꯄꯦꯟꯠꯁ ꯑꯣꯖꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯏꯟꯚꯥꯏꯇꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯦꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯔꯅꯤꯇꯤ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯄꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯥꯝꯁꯤ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯅ ꯂꯣꯏꯕ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯕ ꯇꯥꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯁꯧꯒꯠꯄꯤꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯅꯣꯂꯨꯛꯆꯔꯤ ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯚꯦꯔꯤ ꯃꯆ
Attention please all participants. Ngasigi Extempore speech competition ase akoina ngasagi participants sing se akoina contestant number amamam loina allot tawjagre mogi registration matamda ado akoigi committee gi side gi decide tawbagi matung inna serial wise oina contestant number wise oina adum mathang kauksanjara ani aduna akoina ming oina kauksanjaroi moi mahakna changaga masana masagi self introduce macham khatang yam samlapam tawbiyo aduga adugi matungda akoina time je start tawgani moi topic lawra matungda aduna mayam sem sadana leibiro ihan hanbada kausanjage contestant number 1 hana isagi self introduction nama tawbiyo isagi topic to phangi duju haipetang lauthokpiramo mayam
ahana maktada afam mashta tinbi ba khwai kibing mak po aina ikong no na khurumjeri ai giming anamika hairang khongjam aduga ai gi serial number 1 ai hozik mak Royal Academy of Law da second semester da law tamjari ba satri ama khakni aduga aina ngasi khangachari ba topic asina role of institutes medical colleges hospitals in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
Aikoi miyoi ba khuding makna hingbada doctor nurses healthcare worker haibase yamna mak important oiba yamna mak darkar oiba aikoi gi life te important oiba adugum laba part ama khakne makhoi yaudrabadi aikoi gi life se adugi matik yamna difficult oigadoriba aikoina larik tamba matamda doctor di lai gumbani hainaraga kari maram gidamakta makhoibu kanbiba ngakpi senbiba makhoi gidamakta safety oinanaba safeguard taunanaba thabak thoram sing lokhatnaba khanabidabagi mathau kari gidamakta taroi maram aduna aikoina hairiba asigum laba domestic violence sing asidagi aikoigi healthcare workers sing asibu control tawbiba prevention tawbiba haibase yamna vital oiba yamna mak important oiba adugum laba thaudang sing ni aina ahan mamakta da thamjage hairiba asigum laba prevention program sing asigi manungda aikoigi ngasigi aina khangachariba topic role of institutes haibadi institute hairaga aikoina medical college kumba hospitals kumba hairiba asigum laba institute singi thaudang yamna chauna lei maramdi hairiba institute asigi makhada mostly all the health workers aikoigi healthcare workers sing asina function tawgadoribani and maru oina aikoigi government hospitals sing da hairiba aikoina thokhaningdaba thaudo watho kayama crime kayama violence kayama ngasi phauba aikoina lepa leitana thengnarai aduga aikoina world gi oina recent study amagi matungina aikoigi domestic violence thengnaraba asigum laba healthcare workers da physical oina thengnaraba violence asi more than 54% oina henkhre aduga akoigi the physical violence asina 22% henkhre aduga akoigi verbal habidi moina verbally abuse tawbasina 54% henkhre haina akoigi globally oiba asigum laba report amadagi phangbangami aduga matang asida aikoigi institute sing asigi mathau asina karam tawgani haiba matamda aikoina institute sing da tungana magi sale ama hangbiba habadi legal aid sale hangbiba dugumna aikoina karigumba matamda domestic violence solve matamda how to prevent it, how to face it haiba adugi matangda aikoina sale ama hangbiba, as well as aikoina particular doctors sing healthcare workers sing na makoina training tawba matamda makoigi certificate to fanglaga training tawba matamda hariba violence sing ase kariguma matamda face tawba matamda thengnaba matamda how to moina kamain tawga face tawba ngamgani kamaina thengnaba ngamgani adugumlaba yamna training method yamna training program ama su provide tawbigadabani aduga institute ama oina institute tugi infrastructure makoigi medical facilities sing su na thambigadabani maramdi any aikoina issue lakpa matamda issue ma thengnaba matamda medical facility watlame haina complaint du leitana nabagi damakta adugumlaba facility sing adu yam suna provide tawbigadamni. And yes, de-escalation method haidana haidi kamain tawraga aikoigi situation du aikoina ingdahanba mayamdo tapthahanba lapthohanba ngamgani haiba sigumba training si su tambigadabani, as well as makhal kaya gi programs kaya ama training program methods kaya ama aikoigi institution sing aduda makhal kaya gi workers sing da haibadi low level worker dagi hauraga doctor profession sing bada training tawbigadamni, weekly revision adagi analysis tawgadabani adagi emergency reaction kamaina tawgani makhoi se kamain tawraga face tawgani haiba adugumlaba methods mayam ama tapigadabani tambigadabani. And lastly but not the least khangadaba amana doctors sing sina aikoi gi thawai kanbigadabani makhoibu aikoina yamna luna yamna respectful oina yamna thawgalon bebhar laina chatkadabani haibasi aikoi khudimakta kaufadaba fai. And as well as akoi asumna ngasi mak tawriba sigumlaba awareness programs sing asisu from each and every grassroots level dagi hauba targadi each and every individual khudimakta sigi mindset laiba matamda prevent tawba ngamgani haina thamagaloina. Thank you once again.
Mathangda lengsin biraksi contestant number 2. Contestant sing na topic ado pick up tawra matungda akoigi chairperson da piraga chairperson na oina pathon je na suggest tawbirai topic ado lokhat piro aduga akoigi chairperson da oina pibiro isana padabida.
Topic: role of police in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Role of police in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Self introduction nama hana tawro adui matung da time start tawduin.
Ngasi tinbiriba maruma pangsing ngasi gi yai phaiba pungja sida tinbiriba khwai punamak maruma pangsing oja guru amadi thormasi mapung pharan biba punamak pu ai hak da phambak thai sida gi kokna khurumjari ai gi meng onama eng bikoya aduruga ai hoji 12 science da ibuton studies study tawjari.
Your time starts now.
Akoina ay nga singang jago the topic asige maming na police role of police in preventing violence against healthcare workers and healthcare workers size the call aduruga agi sige akoina doctor ama haibase magi role se sing matik chai ko aduruga magi sige Posi kamai to have it da koina ngasai gi sangsar sida hambal khongdak pa matam de imai pana ko spelen chembire ko adu bu koina kitang na be ko matam da koina doctor gi mra chala ka farni hai gi thaja ba magal loina na doctor gi mra chala ko lai do ko adu akoina doctor duna natraga na patient duna kitang hai di problem ma so pa matam da ade gi ngas akoina police have saying as I doctor singa combined force oina koina ek tok doni karigumba koina sida koina to kodari basigi moi work ta kitang mistake like matam da koina sai samna haiba da koina handak thoi ba sigi organize thoi ba pot se India Manipur state branch na sendi ba sigi program sida koina aina sigi platform sida wang phang ba se asukmatic nungai jai ko aduga ai hasi ahan ba ai smile sigi speech pi ba khot ba se ai myang gi mang da thok ba so ai kem ta haidi feelings to kitang pakhat padi phoi ko ado sigi pose akoina Dr. Archana Sharma Rajasthan dagi mana handak Christian section da bleeding ka haina tholopadagi nupi ama lekide magi hakta charge tawduna mase masama to society or sigi bane siguma penda me amse akoina sum fumduna thamtari society se apaba kasi propanga moya aduruga akoina sigi pose prevent to ge haitari akoi puna wakhal tamine bam chai ko sigi akoina sigi pose kamai toraga sigumba crime ama balance me ama thoi se kai hai matam da akoi me akoi mase wakhal tamine daba adegi akoi area sida adegi akoi human being akoi gi laibe area khungam boy ga village boy ga sigumba da awareness ki chance sugmati walakpa aduruga akoina sigi pose akoi kamai to prevent to ge hai kanda akoina amana ama thajana balayak pa thajana base watta de akoina ngasagi sigi pose thajana ba watta de adum minai na pasai masata bane ko aduruga sigi akoina sigi hadi violence ama thopa matam da ngasagi institution dugi manak to da hadi police tu na kitang police na kitang hadi ko gi violence ama thopa matam da kamai to ge handle to gani ngasagi violence thopa da ngasagi effect to isi health institution to da nate hadi preliminary ba atopa patient party sing si effect to ni ko adurga atopa hadi koina ngasagi sigi pose koi mioi ba hadi mioi bana hambre wakhal wat padage adagi sigi akoina patient amana hadi doctor amana lai matam da patient duna kitang pain da ba adagi nuai ba phung to patumi ai ko aduga sigi pose kamai to hai kana ko consumer act protection gi matung ina akoina patient duna ngasagi doctor gi pam do hadi complaint to bi ai ko aduga akoina smana hadi sigi pose da akoina kamai to hai kana sigi pose pahan ge hai tar di akoina akoi puna ma wakal tami da bam changi aduga hadi akoi Manipur sina fazna work to tar di amana matras na pa knowledge share to na pa agi sigi pose akoina pahan ge hai tar di amana ma trust na pa aduga sigi healthcare worker da respect tamak pa agi regard to royal lerek pa aduna sigi ma myam si lai tar di akoi gi yum thang na balai bak sing sina so akoi sina respect to kani ko aduga akoi gi ing tapa Manipur agi ing tapa samas amado propangam kani haraga imatang sitin sinaga thank you
mathang da asi keno ta thaje ball da tum thada biramo topic to mathang da lengsin biraksi contestant number 3 laktragadi contestant number 4
Very good topic. Role of society in preventing violence against healthcare workers or healthcare settings. All the best.
My name is Dwalin Ngam Kamai. At present, I'm studying in MB College, Maharaja Bodh Chandra MB College under MU. The topic of my extempore speech is role of society in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
First of all, we have to know the meaning of health. If not, then it is difficult for us to proceed to whom we are addressing. So I would like to first give the meaning of health. According to the World Health Organization, health is a state of complete physical, mental, or social well-being on net and not only merely sorry for that. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely an institute substance of sorry for that. I'll continue. It is very important for us in the society that to prevention of violence in healthcare workers. So we, the society, has a brain to think and realize how we human beings to help each other. Social workers who are in hospitals or other institutes they are sacrificing their lives to help in our needs in times of illness. But sometimes we are lacking that they don't do their needs, because we who brought patients or the patients who are in ailing, they just bring the anger. That's the reason that we are having troubles in everywhere. And in order to prevent this, we the society have to think social-wise, social being. As a social being, we have to consider each other's needs, help each other to prevent from this violence to healthcare workers. It is very important that nurses and doctors and nurses having in our society, and it is also our duty for the society to help and support them in helping others. If we are in that mood of discrimination or putting down as a lack of background, so we have to keep away all these things and keep in our mind that everything in social is one. We are one to support one another and help one another. Prevent this violence for healthcare worker. We the society have to think well before we act. It is very important to think before we act, because after we act, it is difficult for us to control that again. In my conclusion, I would like to say we should keep respect and help each other, prevent healthcare workers in other states or in other places or in other countries, even in our own state of Manipur. Thank you all.
Thank you. Please keep the seat back. The topic. Mathangda kausanjari contestant number 5.
Another good topic, role of divers in preventing violence against healthcare workers and the Vulcan institutes.
Good afternoon, dear respected teachers, judges, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. I'm Gaitulu Maremay of 12th Standard, represent Ibotonsna Girls Higher Secondary School. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to be standing on this stage in front of all of you and sharing my opinion about this topic that is given, role of neighbors in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
Well, the cases of violence against doctors are increasing day by day in India now. This violence is caused due to lack of interaction between doctors and patients, and neglect, lack of doctors, and maybe some kind of, maybe the patients have some kind of mental problems. Aduna, she roles of neighbors high batargadi neighbors singsu hoziki ashigumba organization ko prevention gi matangda doctor sing violence talk bagi matang sida mokoina neighbors singsu asigumba organize toraga asigumba to basi darkar yam tai aduga hozik patient sing na sok riba magi neighbors sing na su doctors bu alan ba midyeng da yeng basi mokoina calm down to bi bayai ko asi se main important ina aina haininge aduga neighbors means not only patients ki manata laiba neighbors du katanate hospital di anak pa laiba loina makuni ko asi se mokoina achauba thodang laure haraga moigi society aduga moigi near hospitals moigi like loina mak society kumba district kumba hospital kumba laiba siyai ko adugi manata laiba neighbors adugo more sure yai aduna makoi bu yamna asi tawradi maya tawgunu doctor sing se ishor makti nate ko doctor sing asisu mokoi na sacrifice to be ready hozik akoi ana yok yauri ba hozik yam critical situation da lai ba patient sing ko doctor hospital sing da yam na kano tori ba sing si doctor na ready kana na yeng bigan nira ko asi meni aduna doctor si yam na chaw ba important role low in a hiding aduna even not only hozik ina tadana like COVID-19 da hairagadi hozik thori ba pandemic niko hozik COVID-19 da su doctor sing na chawba role laure hairaga mukhoina patient sing musibu na asik sibagi chang yamna chawna laibane si COVID-19 si adubu doctor sing na achawba thodang laure hairaga mukhoina yam kupna yengsin bi basi asi se kyamuk akhoi gi lebak phabra haina hani aduga asi sing asi not only in India India the developing country but also developed country like USA, China, UK has also been facing such kind of verbal abuse and physical attack and all. One third of doctors mukoi shu UK gi ko one third of doctors have been facing such things. Aduna ay actually lastly on hiding basidi asigumba extempore speech pi basi asi campus katana tadana ko district constituent na chalaga akoi ngang ri basi mi atopa sing basu society sing basu khanghalaga makoi bu chumthok basi asi yam darka leina aina asmaina hiding bane aduna government sing so should improve the infrastructures in the healthcare and spend at least 5% of GDP on healthcare, which is neglected a lot. And the media, they should avoid sensationalizing the news and put forward the news. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 7. 6 is absent, so contestant number 7.
Good one. Role of local MLA. So, in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Ahamba magtada tinbiriba myam punamaku ay subam hinay tanchanu na ipamano kumsari ay Maharaj Buddha Chandra College da second semester kasari ay nangangar doriba topic asina roles of MLA in preventing violence against healthcare worker.
Your time starts now.
Healthcare worker habasi akoigi punsidadi changdraba yadraba habadi akoina naragelapaka na moinasu koi bungakthok sena bigadoribani aduna akoina akoida tathi taoina habadi mokoi bu koina khidang sorapa kanda koina lana ubiba adagi mokoi bu ka hena hadi nungai tabut pa adu matawbudo local emil nang karam nang angthokani haba kanda pulapuna habadi local emil na dekai dariba mi khuding makpu phajana ori batai saraga hadi irang thoktana ba phajana hona minagadabani duga Hadina phapna bari batai sanara kanda loina nga kino to phaba ngakani habadi khana chaina ba habisi da bu yamna phataba thodongni aduna phajana wari batai sanara kanda mehut amana wari batai phajana sanara kanda makhoi phajana intha ba ingdana ba hona bigadabani simaina su tawragadi khoida kaisu haidi ka hena balance thokpasu thoina haizani Sorry for that. I say khang dikha ga ahan ba keno oi bagi pakhat padina ai haidok pangamre sai alum loisala.
Thank you. Mathangda contestant number 8 lengsin birek na kauksinjari. Contestant sing na wangang matamda microphone maya da kitang naksin binaba lengsin jari loud and clear tana bahaitar.
Yam fajaba topic ni role of judiciary in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Judiciary the ain gi law gi ka.
Good afternoon, everyone. I man from the judges who know and equal on a Kunjari, Amazon, I give friends in book and then Tata Pontucheri. Nasi I in a Fanjari topic as a role of judiciary in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Self-introduction.
I mean, Joti Devi, I object Tampasna, Girls High Secondary School, the class 12 arts stream the Tanjari.
Your time starts now.
Violence when communication for general Batagadi violence at talk to Bayai. Judiciary Amagi Magi Tongan Bamato di Ahoida Mati Ain Pai Aduna, Loco di Masimagi Botani. Problems you solve on the Damakta Ahoida communication Yamna Maru oil. Communication liquid when a Maramoraga Ahoida program idea topa balance on the Bagias or Maramamu oil. Communication to Fazana later, but I got the balance of the balance I talked about. Fazana communication Tautaraba, healthcare, Amazon, patients in the communication Fazana later, Taragadi, Pumna Magasi, Yafagania, and Kanze. Healthcare workers in say, avoid the Jumlagi balance on the Bagida Matana day to avoid the doctors in avoid the Mating Yana Pangani, Hamba, Hoigi, emergency case, Bukalova Madame, doctors in Nahoibu, Yangshin Bigadabani. Mahoida, Hoina, Jumnagi, Mojo, Mogi Atu by emergency, the Mojo Nangada Habam, like, Soy the Bangam, the Vanilla Mojo, Haksoi Habasidi, Amanda Masana Tarabani. Unamasi, understanding like Bana, Maramoraga, Hoibu, Unamasi Gantaminaga, misunderstanding, Selena Roida Baniaman. Judiciary na ay naman pass over matong da hindi ako communication siya fazana badin siya lay nagaraban communication siya ko para ba misunderstanding siya lay na dapat talaga di kudima siya ipabato kan hen kasi. Thank you sir.
Thank you. Matang da kausanjari contestant number 9.
Role of Human Rights Commission. Tareko, Human Rights Commission in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Ahamba magtada ngashigi August House asida election biraiba akhalaman ikai khumna jaraba pumna makpu ikok ngoina khurumjari modada shinatana masida competition asibu yawba amadi yengba lakpiriba aigi shung imanabi shingbusu aigi ifam dagi no look no uchari ngasigi laibok aigi ming salam na chen bichanu I have Dem College of Arts ta BA second semester tamjari I have ki subject na English honors ni ngasigi laibok pha bahai gadra aingonda tariba topic asigi maming role of Human Rights Commission in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Okay, your time starts now.
Violence against healthcare workers ngasigi society isida society relevant society asida thoktuna la our problem amani masida masida mipung khuding makki role chauna lai maduda shinatana Human Rights Commission gi role asisu chauna lai maramdi ahogi country amagi lawmaker singsina law semakpa matamda haidi health department healthcare sector singdasu conflict habidi chaos asi thokloi hainingai laite conflict amadi chaos sing asi thoklakpa matamda karam haina masigi mitigate tawba ngamgani measures bu thokpa ngamgani haibagi mongda khoigi legislature law making body singsina law shambi batangai phadi madida shinatana assembly ba law asi executive kangbu singnasu phajana implement tawbigani adubu executive kangbu ne implement tawda fail oraba amadi legislature kangbu singna effective over law semba ngamakrakanda role of Human Rights Commission gi role asi yamna jauna lei haina thamjaningi Makoina any law masenggopa matamda malo duna implementation to mapung phane implementation to bangam drakanda Human Rights Commission gi changwang na lay akoina pan bayay Israel da healthcare workers sing sige against the violence pipa matamda 5 years masida 5 years imprisonment pi China da su any healthcare workers sing the matamda violence whether it may be physically or emotionally or verbal abuse or violence pipa matamda makoina law semduna edi violence adu karamna mitigate tawgadage permit tawgadage haina role chawna lay masigi matang si thamjaraga I matang si dalo shinjarage mayam ba ongana thagachari.
Thank you. Mathanga kausanjari contestant number 10.
Role of societies and organizations in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best. All the best.
Hello everyone. I'm currently having a stage fright, like a medical student who has first entered the surgeon room where they see people bleeding. Taking this opportunity, I will introduce myself. I myself, Langnam Bayumnam. I'm a representative of Johnston Higher Secondary School, currently in the standard 12 in the science stream. I got the title, Role of Societies and Organization in Preventing Violence Against HCW, or Healthcare Workers.
Your time starts now.
As the title very said, role of societies and organization. In every field, there is the role of societies and organization as well as the people. The societies are the people, we communities, we students, the educated persons as well as the uneducated. Everyone needs knowledge on its field, and on today, taking this opportunity, we are going to be talking about preventing violence against the healthcare workers. If the societies, the people doesn't have knowledge of what burden the doctors are taking, then how can, if they don't have any knowledge, then they will be angry over slight mistakes. But those slight mistakes, of course, it could take a life. However, burden was very big for the medical students as well as for the healthcare workers. In a society, if everyone is educated, knowing the burdens of the healthcare workers, as I have told, the burdens, I will tell the burden. The healthcare worker, what their burdens are is, example, we'll take from an ambulance. An ambulance is being called from a house, so the ambulance driver will rush to the house. And on the roadside, if we, the society and the organization members, if we are uneducated, when an ambulance siren is being sound out, I would say, then if they don't know what does this siren mean, then they won't move out of the road, which will reduce the chance of the life of the patient currently in the house. But if they are educated, they will make way for the ambulance. Like we see in some films which give impact about ambulances, that when an ambulance is coming, even though there is traffic jam, but they will give road only for the ambulance so that a person's life will be safe. So the role of society and organization is very important to save life of each and every person, including us or even the doctors itself. If a doctor, for example, we will take it as being on this, from this theme being taken of the date of, on the same date of Dr. Arjuna Sharma. His date was, he died because there was lots of verbal abuse as well as other charges being put up to him for the murder because of bleeding in a complicated case of caesarean section. On that very event, if the societies knew the burdens and the complicated cases that Dr. Arjuna Sharma had, maybe they would have reduced his the violence abuse that they got. Maybe they would have been reduced, which would help him to be still the doctor now. He would he or she would have lived until now, and he would be serving his services and saving more hundred of lives. Although one had been dead, he could have saved 100 lives, but those 100 lives have been also dead because she died. She wasn't unable to save them as she had already been society. If for this, I will take the poem that we had learned during our childhood, that is written by Reed Rutherford. I would say there was, the name was The Scars and Sticks and Stones. Yeah, on that it showed that sticks and stones, their harsh words were more painful than being accidentally hurt, because scars will remain forever. Okay. On my conclusion, I would like to say is that we will need to have more awareness programs like this, or being spoken by the experts to give knowledge. Thank you.
Next, I call upon contestant number 11.
Role of close family members in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Hanamagtada tinbiriba mayam pumnamapu aina ikongno khurumjari amadi election biriba judges singbusu aina ikai khumnaba taram nukchari aduga ngasigi aigi yamna fazaba aigi moment namasu haiba tare ko ngasigi lucky day ore aigi topic asi role of close family members in preventing balance health worker si yamna fazaba topic amani aigi oina khanjabda aigi ming Lingjel Thoichandam, I was using Tampasna Girls Higher Secondary School, the art stream, the 11 standard Tatamjari. Thank you so much.
Okay, start.
Akoina doctor Rama Hoina Bahunarapada, Akuna doctor Rama Oige Hain, Akuna Pandama Tamaganda, I could study hard work, Mayamatori, Adubu, Akuna doctor Rama or say, Iran hate of Hungadra, Nasigi society asida, Masi society asida, Akuna doctor Rama or Nabahonabamatamda, Akoigi hard work, Amadi, Akoigi mind concentration, family support, Mayama Yarakanda, I said doctor Ramagi Lam the Changa Ibeneba, Adubu, Akoigi society asida, Prazar Karanadi. I doctor Havasin Pamsa, Masida, I could Akuba meeting the Chikshanba, Akuba meeting the I could Doctor Singbu, Doctor Doviba, Balance Doviba, Mokobu Justice Doviba, Mayama Tenagre, Aduga, Government Hospital, Amadila, private hospital, Anisiki Maraktasu, I could Yantina Bakayamasula Eva, Masika, I could preserve things never. Why? Masika the Mokta, Queen of preserve things, no, Government hospital, private hospital, Masi Anigi Marakta, I could the Mokta Prezas Yantina Halibano, Masiamna, I could Kanafam Toktabra, Masi Kanafam to E, Aduga, I could now Idagi, balance topasi, I could now family the Gihana Tole, family doctor Amadi, family la iba relation, I could give personal relation la iba, Mayam sings the Gisu to E, Mase, I could now Ahambada. Doctor hospitals is the kind of mock justice, Mamamato, mock justice, was not a hospital since that I could Karisukana from the machine solution Gadino, must mock justice or a solution Gadino, solution from the lion. I could get hen Iran job talking about a quick laybacks, the Iran job talking about Machakamu or Eva. Masida, I could get family Lariba, Doctor Amadi, family Marakta, I could Yantinaba, Masitole, Aduga, I could mock justice there. India, the 75% D, I could mock justice there. Doctors, 75% D, Masa, the Haking and La Eva. Aduga, I could Ngasika society Maxida, I could 87% D, the Ngasigi, Hoseki society, guardians and parents, Doctor Oibagi Changsa, Nemhaleva, Masikari, no Hamatanda. I could the doctor since that I could present uneducated Oibam, light some. Family member Gyanta daba, a family the like Mam Singsina, Makoi the effort piba, Adigi, Makoi the Makoi Sutun the Jada came Makoi, Akogi the Makta Praza singing the Makta Tawa Hajang Yauna, Akogi the Makta Makoi Tung Tokjare Ebeneba, Ada the Akoina, Presser Hena Pishanba, Makoi the doctor, the hospital, the bullet, doctor sing a loina moi, Kierto with them, Makoina loina, Makoi died just in the Pugani Habasa, Masi Hanging on a table, Masi doctor has so lie, Sormakti that Makoi soy the Gandaba, Miama. Yaribene, Aduga, masigi stress mayam doctor sings da makhoina piriba burden mayam sa masini helaktan doctor sings da masagi society attend to we are aduga akhoi masagi burden mayam sini helaktana makhoi sa akhoi depression da fulak pa yawe ba aduga akhoina afaba mama ama lay family ama afaba family ama lay hange harabadi akhoi doctor ama mathau tai aduga afaba mama afaba nupi ama lay hange harabadi environment ama fage harna akhoina jongthora abadi akhoi doctor ama as well as doctor ama akhoina fazna akhoi doctor ama phazava doctor ama relation family ama the relation doctor ama ohenbetai aduga akhoi gi akhoi sima dharmada akhoi cinema mayam ama yenga Hollywood ki adubu makhoi the Batman Superman it's all akhoi loina ui adubu akhoina uriba Batman Superman da makhoina mi kaya ama kali mi kaya ama ngakthi adubu akhoi mangda di ngakthokpa akhoi gi real life di moina ngakthok kan di balakra lagde mado akhoi gi aseng isor harga di kanana as a doctor sings na akhoi gi thawai se khubak ta halak kaleba thank you so much aina doctor sing mafam da salute cherry thank you so much.
Thank you. Contestant number 12, Mathang da Kauksanjari.
A good topic, private practice by government doctors. This is in relation to prevention of violence against healthcare workers. So private practice by the government doctors, all of us.
A very good afternoon all. Ahan mamuktada tinbiba mayam pumnamakpu ikai khumnaba uchari mangda lensin biriba jaje singbusu ikokno na khurumzari aigi ming mansi sagolsim aigi leifamna kasamthong elangmam laikai ai hozik tz higher secondary school da class 12 arts tamzari ngasi aigi laibak faraba topic asina private practice by government doctors in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Time starts now.
Doctor haibasi madam kuina sangna leibaki damakta seva taurani miyoi kaya amabu miyam kaya amabu ana layong dagi ngakthoani amadi ana layong dagi kanlani haiduna leiribani masida aikoina violence tauba haibasi isagi khongda thangna yansinjabagumbani adubu masigi violence asi kari dagi haurakpano violence haibasi lack of communication between doctors and patients. Communication fazana laitaba doctor na patient sing bu wari fazana sabidaba loina na patient sing sinasu doctor sing fazana wari saba ngamdaba loina na doctor haibasisu makoi drug alcohol sinna dabanate sinna duna ana lying sathabada fazana lying bangamdaba patient sing da asoi angam yauba masi tawbiroidabani loina na government gi hospital sing da watliba bed watle ICU ki thamam laitre khuchu khulai kaya ama watliba sing ase government na loina serve tawgadabani masi watpa kaya asna maram oraga doctor sing na su fazana patient sing se lying bangamde patient sing se lying bangamdabana patient sing khoirang khoi saunaraba ana layong kaya nariba patient sing na doctor sing gi mayokta violence holi loina na doctor sing gi asoiba ma hairagana government hospital da puna private hospital da puba masi government na su yamna inspection chakadabani masi yingsin bigadabani masi kaya asina makhoina government hospital da puna private clinic puba masida patient sing bu na thairakpa aduga patient sing da fazna yingsin bangamdaba doctor ayamadi some yamna helpful oi adubu khara amadi doctor da egoist oi bahai gada patient sing pukning se fulfill oi daba haibadi makoi da tabi daba asigumba su thok daba nate doctor sing da discrimination nai basu doctor khara amadi dum lai high class people mantri mandongi masagumba adagi magi family members sing makoi sing na hena full cooperation pibiba aduga laita lairaba anabana khap songa mi sing to adudadi hanna yengbidaba kaya ma thokdi masita khoirang khoi sauna mi yam asna violence of laibani maru oiribadi doctor sing amadi patient sing imarakta pau fauna watpa asinani misunderstanding lerakpana violence asi thoklaibani private practice by government doctors haiba asida government doctor sing sina masagi private clinic ase aigi wakhaldadi ai hanganingde government doctor sing da government da lairiba patient sing ana layong kaya nariba lam labna imphal gi jenims da rims da laying ba labliba patient sing da full cooperation pihaningi communicate fazan tohaningi amadi matik sana laheng aningi loinana doctor singna matam chana layang aningba matam thengdok thegjin haibase nong ma haiba nong phadoki wani adubu toina thengdok thengin toba makoi de laithorakpa asigumba su thokta banate masi thoaningde doctor sing asina systematic na haningi amadi government sisu yamna chawba role ama lawri madudi government sina doctor sing hospital asida award pa kaya laibana doctor singna fazna laying bangamde masi kaya asi government na lawgadaba daitani alna doctor singda aikoina uri base only doctor asida award apa sing asya mayamna udeba patient singsina uri se doctor ne aduna doctor gi mayokta award apa kya do leibudu udabani na makoina violence asya haurakli baneba masi doctor sing asina systematic suna haningi drug kaya amasu sininaraga layang haningde loina private hospital masagi hanganingde maramdi mahak government gi official amani government da puriba doctor amani government da laita lairaba satam laita lairaba patient mayam ama laktuna layang libani masda doctors in the full cooperation pianingi. Thank you all.
Thank you. Mathangda Lengshin Viraksi contestant number 13.
Role of legislature can go in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Good luck.
Hanbamagda tinbiriba mayamgi mafamda nolopni ikaikumnabu uchari amadi mangda langsinbiriba ikaikumnarba judges ki mafamdasu nolopni ikaikumnabu uchari ngasi aigi laibak faraba topic as the role of legislature in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Ai isamak ai ifam Mariam Khanam TJ Higher Secondary School da hauzik 12 arts ta tamjari.
Your time starts now.
Akoina Dr. Violence against Dr. Gamari Lainana ngasi sinjariba Extempore speech asigi kudong chaba platform asi lawjaraga ngasi ge agi tajariba topic asigi mari lainana agi oiba wakhalon khara mayam da share tawjaramge madudi doctor na life si da lawriba se yamna chawba risk de doctor na lawriba risk se kadai muk fawba chawge haiba matamda makhoina aruba mina sokpa panba fawba kinangai oiraba laina kaya makhoina layeng biribane akhoina example oina COVID-19 gi matamda akhoina khangnaraba ngaktaneba HIV AIDS hariba cancer na chingba laina singasi layeng matamda aduki matik sachi adubu doctor na akiba yaudana risk kaya ama puraga makhoigi punsibu kathoklaga patient gi damakta layeng biribane patient singbu makhoina khali madudi akoi mioiba singsina akoina luna thamjaba sana or lupa paisa khara mangba matamda akoina thawaida nungai taba faurido adumaina doctor singi thamui dasu makoina luna khanjariba makoina high risk lawraga layengiba patient do siba matamda or khudong thiba thokpa matamda makoigi thamoi dasu aduki mati ningam daba faweba aduga wakhal haidi patient singi maikai dagi doctors ta sumena charge violence charge tawbiba so wahai wata nungai taba sijina ba se makoigi pukning wakhal yamna sonthaningai oi masigi matung ina aina ngasi lakhotariba legislature haibadi law making bodies of our country legislature sina akoi country sidadi law si sembire bani masigi matung ina sumaina doctor gi mayokta violence torpa singi mayokta thamgadaba makoigi punishment si law sina pibi gadabani haibadi mana patient or atopa society any healthcare workers singi mayokta healthcare workers ingi mayokta sumna violence torba matamda makoida pigadaba moigi punishment si 12 years jail da legedabni or makoida lak ani ahum fine thigadabni haigumba asigumba logumba si sembigadabni amadi hektam achumaran thidane hekta doctor da sumaina makoina violence tawba yade hekta wangang ba yade makoigi mathakta khut thaba yade haibagi akanba law sisu legislature gi maikai dagi sembigadabni amadi makoina sembiriba law asibu educative singnasu inbigadabni amadi society da lairiba singnasu aware oibigadabni ngasi gi khudong chaba platform asi lawjaraga IMA gi matung ina 75% di India sida doctor da blame tauba violence taubagi changse layeba 75% se masi kai dagi oire kai matam da patient party gi mai kai dagi amadi wakhal ta da society singi mai kai dagi ohilak pane makoina misunderstanding lainerakpa doctor sina lauriba risk se makoina thawoina khalaktaba singsi dagi oire eba aduga yam hygienic wafam di sini da kashinate akoini yam wakhal taminaba doctor gi mana akhoi da pibiriba contribution se respect taubiba aduduga doctor singnasu patient singbu hai moina lauriba risk to adudagi henasu laubi pami aduduga adu oibe targadi balance tobagi changse amna handarakani. Thank you all.
Thank you. Mathangda kausinjari contestant number 14.
Contestant sing da mixing zabama akoi gi topic to iba matam da healthcare workers ana HCW ana iram gani adu doctor khakta min to biganu healthcare da yauriba personnel khuding mak cover toraga ngang biu ana organizing committee gi tarap tagi mixing zari healthcare workers haibadi doctor khakta natte layang bada sangi ba loina mak akoi loina mak ni ko makoi loina mak ta violence kari gum kan da thengna ba yawi madubune akoi na min tawzari se yam phasaba role ama phange ko akoi ge topic ama phange role of media in preventing violence against healthcare workers are ko all the best.
First of all, I would like to thank Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch for organizing search program. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Untitled Mary Chanu and I am representing Modern College. Currently, I am in the standard of second STEM, Department of English.
Your time starts now.
The topic that I get is role of media in preventing violence against HCW. Violence on doctors' healthcare services are a very serious problem in India, influenced by many factors, underlying many factors directly or indirectly. So, according to my research, IMA reports 75% of doctors are facing violence at some point. This includes physical, psychological, threats, abuse, and even extreme bodily harm. While 80% of healthcare workers are stressed in their profession because of the pressure of the public. So, in relation with my topic, I want to give an example, that is the case of Dr. Archana. On March 29, 2022, Dr. Archana, a gynecologist who worked in a private hospital of Dosa district in Rajasthan, committed suicide as she was stressed over the FIR filed against her under murder charge based on unproven allegations of medical negligence. The deceased Dr. Archana was blamed by the family of the patient who died during childbirth. And also she wrote in her suicide note that, I didn't commit any mistake. I didn't kill anyone. Please do not harass my family or my children. The patient died of PPH, a non-complication. Please don't harass doctors. Perhaps my death will prove innocence. This is the suicide note she kept. So, I want to relate this example with my topic, that is, as she is registered, the Rajasthan police registered the case under IPC 302. And in this case, media holds a large responsibility because their state politicized this issue and they concluded with just one statement, that is, she is a murderer. And when the political leaders politicize the issue, the media also goes with that result. Aduna aikoigi lairiba political leaders singsina sigumba haibadi issue aduda yam serious oina lobitrakanda magi praja singduna egi sigi case leire sir natragana sir egi sumain toraga egi nupi egi imong nupi egi ichada sumain toraga Dr. Archana gi sumaina Dr. Archana na angang unaba matamda mase lekhidre khotkidre na haiba matamda ngasai gi political leaders tuna magi in favor of his people he went against the Dr. Archana gi against the labor matamda hauzik makoina political leaders and politicize to matamda Dr. Archana gi against the labor matamda makoina politicize to river result to gi matungina media sing su political leaders to gi matungina haiba to gi matungina makoina media sing su Dr. Archana gi against the Liberaga, how's political leaders singi favor the Liraga, peasant families singi favor the Liberaga, Maggie case Sumaina solved the Wangamde, SC has already committed suicide. And aduganga sigi sigumba extempore speech sigi competition sida aina thamjaning base doctors healthcare workers healthcare sectors are the cream of a nation. The government must take this issue very seriously, and even the media, they should search for the truth and they should search for the real reason, and they should not come to conclusion just because some politician had politicized the issue. And also, thank you all.
Thank you. Mathang the contestant number 15 lengsin birakneba ningsing jari.
What are the ill effects of such violence? Means violence against healthcare workers. Wow. All the best.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Menaka Yalam, and I'm studying in the 12th standard in Tampasna Girls High Secondary School. So I got a very lucky topic, and the topic is ill effects of such violence. Means ill effects. Sigumba healthcare workers in the violence pibi taubasina kari affect toge akoi miyam sing the doctors sing the patients sing the kari effects toge have dune.
Your time starts now.
Hamda akoi healthcare worker have say kari no hana khangba tai healthcare worker have di miyoy ama sick person ailing person the care and service pibiba miyoy dubo healthcare workers the chingani doctors paramedical staffs adagi even hospital management sweepers loin chinge healthcare workers have the makoi gi mathak the violence stroke pa hai se yamna fatabane aduga miyoy shina su bab ta da bagini ill effects of Hayaga doctor Amasu Society of Crazy Sida Mam mentally effectively doctor Amada Natrasu patients ki family sing the Asoyapan Mam Yawe Makoibu patients the Sivu Yawe Ado doctor Permoy healthcare workers sing Soiba Yawada Gishu. Si tholak pane aduga effects ti doctor ki careers ta effect la adagi hospital sing the refundable loss ma'am la patients ki side ta su phajana mentally phajana tobi amu hana lakpa ngamdaba asoiba masana accept tawjaba ngamjadaba ma'am thoe adagi hospital da mi ma'am khatna chaina batho kanda people miyoy sing lying ba lakda su thobani da moina neglect tawre adagi phajana yeng bangam bidre doctor ke kana su ado hospital ke kada loss phanam tawe ill effects har di human society thoi ba ma'am se har listen jagi.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 16.
Yam phajaba topic ni role of doctors in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Healthcare worker te doctor, nurse, all staffs, diagnostic lab, hospital lo yaure kwa. All the best.
Here, my respected judges and my friend and congregation who are here. I am Pagwangai Fauk Mai of MB College, 4th semester. It's my pleasure and honor here to stand in front of you and give a speech on the topic called Prevention of Violence in Healthcare.
Your topic is there.
And here my topic is, I got a lucky topic, role of doctor in preventing violence against healthcare worker.
Your time starts now.
Okay, here I start with the introduction. As a doctor, number one, the title of the doctor needs sacrifice or sincerity. Sincerity is the great part that bound among the society, whole over society. And if the doctor get the title, he get the title of doctor, then the doctor is the most important role who overtake in the hospital or any other places. And around 3.4 of the physicians have been, or some part of 3.4 of the physicians have been witnessed by the Indian studies by the Indian Medical Association that witnessed and torture or met under the violence of the workplace. And there is some harmful effect of the violence of doctor. There is number one, it is an act of aggression, physical assault, and violence protected against physician or healthcare worker seems common phenomenon worldwide. So, however, the phenomenon had been scare the doctor that not implementing into this violence. The doctor had taken a serious matter about the work that he should participate or the thing that he should do at the hospital. And there is the role of doctor. The doctor is the manpower or the main supervisors of the hospital. So he is the person who will instruct the hospital or the nurse or any healthcare worker. If a doctor is a good or a sincerity and not partiality, he is the doctor who serve directly, who serve with their heart for the people of the needs, and who is in the patient is most satisfied through the work or through the thing that he do at the thing that he do at the hospital. A sincerity doctor will always have patience and always take care of the patient. And if there is any problem, or example, if in hospital, if there is any problem, or if there is any serious matter, the patient is rushing. The doctor must come and speak what is the problem that he is suffering, and he have to take care of the problem. And the patient, and as the doctor, we need to speak carefully how the patient will be. As the patient is coming, so sometimes we may be thinking that the problem is small, the problem is big, but then there is no matter big or small problem. But the matter is that what is the role and what is the duty of the doctor. So, here, taking my privilege and standing here on this speech, I would like to conclude my topic is that we may become a big resource person or we may become a good leader. But then, what one thing we must we must put in the life is that one most important thing is that we must respect each and everyone. So that whether you may be a great leader, whether you may be a simple leader, we must respect. So let's get respect and let's give respect. Thank you all.
Contestant number 17, absent. Contestant number 18.
Oh, I'm sorry. Role of students in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Piravashini, and I am from Royal Academy of Law, Oinam. The name of my topic is Role of Student in Preventing Violence Against Healthcare Worker.
Your time starts now.
First, let me tell you what is violence. Violence is the hurting of someone. It may be physically, verbally, or mentally. So there are many kind of violence. Let me tell you some measures to prevent this violence. Why this violence are coming up? And what we have to do to prevent this violence. These are the major issues of today's societies. Let me tell you some measures. Like in a hospital, if a patient is admitting, while admitting the hospital, we should not allow all the patient parties to enter in the premises of the hospital. Let us enter only one or two patient party to the premises of the hospital, whether they are doing some operations or they are doing some casualty emergencies. Why I am telling you that let us enter only 1-2 persons for attending the patients? Because if some violence or some incidents happen, then while this incident happened, then the doctor, nurse, or the healthcare, maybe the security guard or the attendant, they can handle only 2-3 persons easily with their own thoughts and with their own verbally saying, emotionally, or saying very the measures of why the patient is suffering and why the incidents or the incidents is happening to the patients in doing the operations, or if the patient dies, we should means the nurses, doctor, or the attendant or the security guard, they should console the patient parties nicely. They should say them in a calm manner, not to say very harshly. So it is their role model here in preventing the violence. If they say in very nicely manner, then the patient party, one or two, he or she can understand why the doctor or the sister, the staff nurse or the attendant is saying. So it will be the less measures, I think, to prevent this violence. And in these situations, when the violence happen in the healthcare workers, or in hospital, or in private hospital, or in family welfare society, or any institute, we, the student, have a very role model in doing this awareness. We should give awareness to the society. We should debate, or we should do group discussion to prevent the measures of the violence happening in our hospitals or in any private hospital. There should be more awareness of the students, and students should come up and discuss this topic again and again during the examination also, and during any group discussion also, or any group or debating competition also. If the topic is discussed again and again, then of course the student can cover up this violence. They can be a good role model in doing this violence. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 18.
Role of local clubs in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Very good afternoon, respected teacher and all my dear friend. My name is Rajesh Kumar. I am currently pursuing Bachelor of Art Geography subject in Modern College. And today my topic is role of local club in prevention violence against healthcare worker. Start. As we know that the role of club means in a society, all of them, they have to prevent. Our topic is prevention of violence against healthcare. Healthcare, it is not only mentioned doctor. Healthcare means include every facilities such as center, hospital, laboratory, blood bank, and all the things that needed in the hospital, ambulance also. As we suppose someone needed, they are already injured in the hospital, they need prevent an illness. There are many kind of illness they get in the, all of them they are admitted in the hospital, very different kind of illness. They need qualified nurse, professional doctor to treat them and prevent them to his illness, means cure his illness. In the last 2 years, as we all know, there's COVID-19, more than 2 lakh more than 150,000 doctors they are there in this COVID-19. Even they wear PPE. PPE stands for personal protective equipment. And they wear and even they work more than 16 to 18 hours to check for us human being. And as we all know, that Dr. Archana Sharma, she is died to check one woman. She is Asha Verma. She is in Rajasthan. She is in first time they came to delivery. She gives twins child, and when they came second time, she give she is died because she is non-complicated. When she is died, then all the club members they went to police to case a file, and BJP politician leader and news reporter. The name of BJP news reporter is Harkesh Matanana and Jitesh Godaba, and the name of the news reporter is Mahesh Bihari. They all went in police custody, but according to the Indian Constitution of India, Section 302, they cannot even to give they cannot even case a fine. Then how they case a fine? In Supreme Court already announced that Section 302 independent court they cannot even to case a fine. But how police they against the law they case a fine? And in Dr. Tsunasama they written in his notice, I'm innocent. I'm check more than 500 pregnant women, and I saved 500 child. In this Asha Verma, she is non-communicated. She written a note. She written a letter that I'm innocent, doctor. In my career life, I didn't do anything wrong. As my death will be proof that I am innocent. She written note. I love you a note. I love my husband a note, and I love my children. She is there. She written. When I'm there, my child will be not feel a lack of children. Everyone will need a mom. Without mom, we cannot survive. Then, in the depression of club members, they do a suicide, and they not kill only news reporter, political party. They not kill only Asha Verma. They kill his husband as well as they kill his small child. Without mom, we cannot survive. We need everyone mom to survive in this society. And at the last but not the least, without doctor written medicine, we cannot live our healthy life. Everyone, we need a doctor medicine to live a good health. Thank you for myself.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 19.
Okay, role of health department. Department am later ko. Role of health department in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Good afternoon, everyone. I Rasisori Tongbram. I'm a student of IJR Secondary School, and today I'm very lucky to get this golden opportunity to express my view about the topic, role of health department in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
Violence against healthcare workers and doctors. Hariba thimasi ngasigi kunai sida ngasigi present society sida tasing tholiba thodo mani. Masi ekhoigi ngasigi present society sida tholiba thodo si akoina kamaina masigi akoi sida akoigi role of health department hadi health department gi thodang se masigi tholiba thodok sing sida health department gi thodang se asugi matik chawe. And masi akoigi sorry.
Contestant number 20.
A good topic. Role of government in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ronak Laishram. I'm from class 10th from Lawrence School, Lovedale in Ooty, Tamil Nadu. And my topic is role of government in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Okay, your time starts now.
Government government plays a major role in the health community, as there's also government hospitals, and then government also passes on the laws for which the doctors are taken care of. What the government should do is they should invest more in healthcare workers, as only 2% of the GDP is invested. The norm is to invest around 5%, and in places like Italy, where the hospitals are top notch, even around 11% of the GDP is invested. What the government should do is they should allow improve the infrastructure for the government hospitals and prevent overcrowding of the government hospitals. The government should also pass on some more laws regarding violence against the health community. People like nurses and doctors, they all sometimes get attacked by the relatives of the patient when the doctor fails in the treatment. This is a wrong thing. People are considered doctors as gods or something, which is something you shouldn't do. Doctors are human, and to make mistakes is human. What they should understand is that they are not some sort of warriors who are, they are warriors, they are helping everyone, but I'm saying that they are not like some sort of God, because they make mistakes, and a God can't make mistakes, can they? So if God makes mistakes, then people will say this is wrong, and they'll consider them as a monster or something, which is bad for. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 21.
The role of paramedical staff in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Good afternoon, everyone, respected judges, and everyone present here. Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch na singbi langbiduna Extempore speech competition asida yauba fangjabagidamata amukana thagachari. It's just an honor and privilege to be here, to say something, to speak something, to show something, what I believe, what I think, and what I want to say to each and everyone out there. I am a student of DM Commerce, your contestant number 21, currently pursuing BCom 4th Sem. So my topic is role of paramedical staff in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Okay, start.
Sorry guys. Aikoina society ama leiba matamda, society ama miyam punna hingminaba matamda, aikoina sida different kinds of career, different kinds of people lakani. Aduida healthcare worker haibase aikoi samasigi kananaba tawiriba, aikoi miyoiba samasigi karida soihigadage haina yengsanbiriba a group of people and group of individuals singdunena aigi wakhalon da khanjai. Aduga paramedical staff singsina akoina paramedical staff singsina health workers singse akoina I'm so nervous, guys. Sorry. It's such a difficult text.
You want water? Shall I give you water?
Aduna, akoina healthcare workers singse akoina moigi best level da mioi ba mana best magi best level da tauge hairagadi akoina any kind of fear mioi bas akiba yauragadi aigi 100% level do piba ngamdeba aina akiba leiragadi aise mina si aina si soigadra ai soirakadra adagi aina si soikhrakanda si prajana kai hairakani aise success oidrakanda kari thokane haibasi akiba duna aikoina piningiba aikoina tawningiba thabak to kaigumba matamda su aikoigi 100% da aikoina fully tawbangamdaba thabak myam ama laeba aduna sigi healthcare workers se moigi best level da tawge hargadi akoina moigi performance so best level da pihange hargadi akoina moise protect tawbiba adagi moina soirakpa matam da so akoina moigi mayokta violence tawbidaba adagi di haibadi haujikan di mioi base haibadi like heire social media mayam paire hargasu knowledge ti yam yaudaba chap maneba social media di let's spread love, spread positivity, let's unite each other. Post mayam thagat kaniba student oiro angang oiro hal oiro adubu akhoi masen asengba real life the reality the help townadiba no one help each other adugi mahuta asoiba ma yaurakpa matamda akhoi masen sidan adugi noksan adugi adagi magi asoibadu da akhoi myam changshalla kanda attack to bidugi adu mata ngairaga leba adu aina aroiba mata da haijaning badi mioiba haibase soidaba ngamde no one is perfect but amana ama soirappa matamda akhoi masen encourage each other motivate each other supporting each other adu akhoina support tawnaragadi akhoi masen we live in a world where negativity could not grow and foster and I think that we would see everyone have a smile on their face when everyone supporting each other because I think that life is so short, so enjoy and be a good person and do your best in everything you do and don't regret anything. Life is all about giving your best and doing your best. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next contestant number 22 say absent oi aduna contestant number 23 lengsin birak na ningsing jari
mayam si sat kibasi phana na ba nangi topic si ampasana haibiro role of adequate health budget in preventing violence against doctors and healthcare workers ko adequate health budget all the best
ahan mamaktada phampagasida lengsin biba agi ozaguru laguru singbu ahan mamaktada ikok nona kurumjari I ming Sorkhabam Salesing, I Johnston Higher Secondary School, class 12 science tamzari. Aduga I topic na role of educate health budget in preventing violence against doctor healthcare worker.
Okay, your time starts now.
Ahama Maktada, Akoina Hana Kaleva. Kaigino, Koi doctor Jingina, Hadi Siki, Tabam Am the Tobangam Drizze. Adubu, Tabam Am the Tobangam Dribagimaram Dina, Akoida, budget at Hadaba Chumangam Deva, Gomens in Akoida budget as Hadabira Trabina, Akoidu, Tabaka Tobangam Dre, healthcare workers in a Kaleva, my the public in the healthcare workers in the Loitaneva. I just Dr. Jingina bed, President Maran kind of people of the Amabata Adubu, Adugi Maran Mam, Dr. Sing the Tangan Banateva, Akoi Gomen and Tangan Bigadabeva. Maram de Makoina budget of Tadara Trabanina, Dr. Jing the Cry, the Huski, but nobody am the Lorek and the Mayam the Kusina do Nova, Mayam Yapin Pen, the Dokamina Taka do Nova, and Hajanigi. Dr. Sing Perfecnate, Dr. Sing Perfecnate, me and Mana, Aquina Dr. Sing, the young blame Taweva. Me and Ma, I did Dr. Sing, lying among the Shigiba, Shigiba, Labatamam Neva. I do Labatamam, the Sugang Davida, Dr. Sing Roy Taneva, Mokoi Mokoyum Salakanda, Mokoi Mokoyum Sing the Loy to Gaiva. She was Honori Bramd. She touching I am what she took out on in there, Maramdi. Dr. Nami, Chama lying, but the mean 99% Mukti recovery or 1% Kataneba recovery to Wangam Drizze. I do 1% recovery to Wangam the Makoina man focus Pirakanda, Dr. Singha blamed however. I go in Manipur, the lady doctor, and all over the world, the lady Dr. Singha. Dr. Ayama who's depression is sang the Loy Eva. Maramdi, Makoju Pemliamam Laineva, Makoishu Pemliamam Dugi, Badan Mupuga, the Mayamgi, Badan Mupuga, Anizim, the Makoja contradiction lady, although I am the Kitan Kandavira, Dr. Nakoi Laying money, Dr. Nakobu Shabibani, Akoinam. Taibang Mapu ning Jerry Basa, Shigimo, Taigimo, the doctor in a Ningman of favor. One of the doctor Taibang Mapuning by Shide, it's an imagination never. Aduba Koida doctor Ningo, Doctor Nakoida, Akoya Anaba Kyoto Rini, Doctor Layamalaka, the Koya Anaba Kyoto Deva, to Deva. Doctor Nakataneva Koya Anaba Kyoto. Adugi doctor na cure tawba doctor do adu oina khoirambagi mota taibang mapu khoirame aduga asengba cure tawriba doctor dubuna makhoigi mayum makhoigi macha machu singdubu violence tawbiba sibu karamba lichat nova tasengna hargadi agi mota di masibu yamna aduga aina aroiba da hajaning badi tasengna doctor sikse depression loi nagragadi doctor sikse loi na bak makhoigi service thadora gadi akhoi kanana layeng bidoi nova akhoi anabaje kanana layeng bidoi nova ina haijingidi akhoi anabaje layeng bidodi akhoi ju no magi motel tire no magi sungwa khalani aduna aroba da ina hajaning badi mayamda taibang mapu khoram jingaida doctor singbu hana khoram si doctor singbu depression na darba laina na darba mayam gi burden mayam da doctor sing da pisan bigano haina haijai thank you all.
Thank you. Mathangda Kauksanjari contestant number 24.
Role of nurses in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All of us.
Ahan bumagtada mang the lingsin biriba respected judges amadi chairperson anibo kongno na khurumjari amadi ngasi tinbiriba mayam khudingmakpo kokno na khurumjari ai isamak Umar MK ai samak hojik DM College of Arts ta BS 4th semester tamjari.
Your time starts now.
Ngasi aigi laibak faba topic role of nurses in preventing violence against healthcare worker. Ngasi akoina miyoiba moina samasa sida hingba matamda miyoiba mi khudingmaki masa masagi oiba tongan ba duties singda assign sarakanda leinaba ngaktani adugolaba tongan ba duties sing the assign tonerga leiriba miyoi sing aduki marakta khwaidagi awangba thaki khwaidagi respected oiba position ama hairagadi healthcare workers the thabak healthcare workers sing asini haibada haiman mathok loidaba wafam ama khaktani ngasi akoina ngasi ma khanariba violence against healthcare worker haiba wafam asa kadai dagi foglakpano haibasima yamna laibak thiba wafam ama khakni haijaningi karigino haiba matamda asigomlaba healthcare workers sing karamba healthcare worker adugomlaba miyoibagi thawai kannanaba miyoiba jati bu kannanaba gi damakta leiriba healthcare workers sing asibu mathakta violence torakpa haibasidi adugomlaba ishorgi mathakta minamakpa amadi ishora khut tharakpane haibada haiman mathok loidaba wafam ama khakni masima yamna laibak thibani maramadana ngasi asigomlaba violence kaya amakak tholalibase matau karamna oirakpano haibase akoina thidaba yaroi maramadana ngasimak akoina leiriba healthcare workers singi manungda ma oiriba nurses sing asigi role aduki matik yamna saungna lei khudam oina hairabada nurses sing asa adugolaba healthcare workers sing aduki manungda sanba yamna dignified oiraba yamna hospitable oiba adugolaba position na makhakni haijaningi asigomlaba position asida leiriba miyoi sing misak sing asa aduki matik awangba thak taikai khumnafam thoi amadi makhoigi role haibadi ngasigi prevention of violence against healthcare worker haibasida yamna saungna lei haijaningi khudam oina hairabada makhoina adugomlaba miyoi sing haibatare adugomlaba patient sing aduna makhoida approach torapa matamda karigumba matamda misunderstanding thokpana maram oirakanda makhoida tension poglakpa kayamakak thoktabana te miyoiba oibanina adugomlaba miyoiba amoina thoklakliba tension mayam amakhaksa adugomlaba nurses sing adudi kari dawi haiba matamda makhoi sing adudi hairiba mayam sa fathanabagi magun makhoida leifam thoi madu leiraba matamda makhoina adugomlaba tension mayam amakhak poklakpa matamda patients party dagi adugomlaba doctor sing natraga nurses sing healthcare workers sing da violence sama tauge haina haulakpa matamda makhoi singi wakan fathabi ba haibase tangai fadabra haina khale Maramaduna nurses sing oisano, doctors sing oisano, adugum laba sinfam, yamna respectable loiba sinfam amakak lady ba, adugum laba sinfam asa, adukimatik awang watakta, tangat from to Maramaduna, high riba, Mafam asida lady ba, mioy sing habidi, respected doctors, nurse, healthcare workers sing a sigi, yamna sauraba todang kaya sa, lobi rakanda, makoina adugum laba misunderstanding mayamasa, makoina adugum laba solve to birakanda, gyan tahan birakanda, adugum laba tholakadaba balancing adudagi kanba ngakthok saba dusu ngamgani haiba wafam sitam zaraga ai ngasigi wangang badagi bidai lozari. Thank you all.
Thank you. Mathang the lengsin biraksi contestant number 25.
Role of families of affected doctors and healthcare workers in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Good luck.
Good evening to everyone present here. I'm Valerie Longjum of grade 10.
Topic? School?
I'm studying in St. Hilda's School. And today's, the topic that I got is impact on families of affected doctors and healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
So, I think that doctors and healthcare workers, when you walk into a hospital, they are there to care for you and help you and help the patients. And when there is violence and the healthcare workers or the doctors get hurt in the process, they have a family at home. They all have families at home, and they also get impacted. They also get affected by it. And even if it's a workplace for them, when they go home, it's their family. And obviously they will be hurt that they have gotten hurt while they were at work. And we should actually consider that before doing anything that is related to like violence, especially at workplace. People are working there and they are working there for you. They are there for you, and we should not, go there and like just blame them for stuff, or blame them when we don't get a satisfactory result that we want. And I think that everyone has their own opinions, and you are welcome to have your own opinion, but you should express those opinions in a way it doesn't hurt other people, and so that no one gets hurt. And if you approach the situation calmly, trying to tell your opinion about it, I think that even the doctors or the healthcare workers, they will listen to you. It's not like they're not going to listen to you. So you should approach it in a way no one gets hurt. Because at the end, we all go home from work and we all meet our families. And imagine if you go home from work and you're hurt, how would your family feel? So we should really take that into consideration before, resorting to violence in any situation. And yeah, I think that's what I think on this. And to conclude my speech, I just want to tell everyone to when you walk into a hospital or any place, you should first think about what's going on there and take into consideration of the other people around as well before doing anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 26.
Overloaded government hospitals, its role in preventing violence against the healthcare workers.
Good evening to the House at large. My name is Vasundhara Sanjanbam. I am from the Assam Valley School. I am currently studying in the 10th standard, and the topic I have been given with is overloaded government hospitals.
Your time starts now.
I think we can all agree that places such as rural areas struggle with overloaded hospitals, and how this affects healthcare is the fact that overloaded hospitals or overcrowding leads to people being harmed in a way that certain hospitals don't allow, even if a person is hurt severely, certain hospitals don't allow them to get admitted due to the fact that they are overcrowded. The fact that underprivileged people cannot take hospital beds because the hospital prioritizes people with a money bank instead of people who are actually suffering. A child of a rich father will get a bed instead of a child of a poor father. This is the corruption that we face in the healthcare system. And to prevent this, we need to look into this system and avoid this from happening. I think us as a society, we glamorize our healthcare workers. We treat them as gods while they are just human beings who make mistakes. And when they make mistakes, we take it as an offense, as if a god were making a mistake. That is not true. With that, I'd like to say that overloaded hospitals result in people not getting efficient treatment, while as doctors have to take care of a multitude of patients. They're not able to take care of patients efficiently because there's an overcrowding of patients. I feel that the role overcrowding or overloaded hospital has on healthcare system is that the government does not put the money to use. We shouldn't have overcrowded hospitals. We shouldn't have overloaded hospitals. We should have efficient numbers of hospitals all around the country. And we should treat each and every patient with the right amount of treatment with the efficient time. And that cannot happen if the hospitals are overloaded or overcrowded. With that, I'd like to conclude with the fact that hospitals nowadays prioritize money over the patient's health or well-being. I'd like to conclude with the fact that prevention of violence in healthcare, as the team says, it is a delicate situation. It is an extremely delicate situation. Patients and doctors, both on each party, face violence in some way or the other. And we cannot treat this harshly. We cannot incarcerate people who are targeting or attacking doctors because they themselves are struggling too. They are anxiety-filled people, and they cannot help but act aggressively when their needs are not met. So that is why we need to work as a society to be able to deal with these situations with crisis sensitivity programs, crisis intervention programs. And we need the money that has been taken, that is in the government, to put the money into building new hospitals, building new mental institutions, and prioritize the patient's health and mental well-being over anything else. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I call upon contestant number 27.
Okay. Role of local MLA in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Good evening, honorable judges and respected guys and all
school dagi lakpri poja sing amadi competition asibu yaubri ba satu sing wahangam Christopher Maitaina kurumjari I Royal Academy Law oinamda fourth semester tamjari aduga aigi topic asina role of local MLAs in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
Handaki haukiba past pandemic aduda healthcare workers sing laukiba thodang amadi MLA sing laukiba thodang se akoi kaufadaba fai local gi school aduga healthcare facility leitaba mafam singda healthcare ma'am thabirakna MLA singna school gi leiriba infrastructure singda healthcare singi pandemic aduda sinagiba koigi taukiba mayam do koi ningsingba fai aduga MLA singna matam gi oina lokhat piriba anau scheme singda mayam da yohonibam sange samsamna health insurance kumba aduga leiba CMIST card kumba mayam ji parja mayam da yohonibam change aduga matam gi oiba chokot tharang sing aduga yohonba matamda aduga local MLA singi thodang se yamna sawi local gi leiriba youth sing aduga satra sing mayam leiba mayam sing aduda healthcare workers sing lauriba thodang sing ase masak hanganba prevention tawba matamda makoi gi laugadaba thodang sing ado thodang sing aduda MLA sing support tawbiba leiriba fund mayam dudagi lakadaba sina kadaba scheme mayam duda mateng panghanbiba machangi aduga local MLA singna local MLA singi thang da haitare kayungkanda crime and violence thokpa matamda local MLA singna support tawbidaba haitare tholiba pot asi sumber lambra ise hana analyze tawba matungda kadai fawda kai tawba yakadage haiba singdo mayam singda mamutana taanbiba aduga khangdaba mayam sing asida voluntary organization mayam ama semaga kai tawba yakadage si khanganba ma changi aduga local gi ima event aduga organization singna su koigi problem ama crisis ama thokpa matamda sume lali khangdabida doctor sing adu healthcare workers singda violence tawbiba se yamna lebak thiba thodok singni aduna yarbi makhai su thoktanaba local MLA sing aduga moina lauriba thodang sing aduda mayam support tominaba ma changi aduga losilakpada akoi punna aduga akoi satra sing amadi leiba mayam punumakna prevention tawba matamda any scheme any competition natraga any kanoma torpa matamda mayam punna isamak healthcare workers sing ni khanbiraga punna sogat support tamina duna prevention ase mapung phana mutat pangamnaba tawba ngamnaba mayam pumna request tawjuri. Thank you all.
Thank you. Mathangda contestant number 28 lengsin birakse.
Private practice by government doctors in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All the best.
Good evening. Ahanba maktada respected judges, amasung lengbi de iba mayam khudimakpu ahanba maktada ikongna kurumjari. I giving song thang makanda sing BSc 6th semester I hoji Oriental College ta tamjabani. I want to talk about topic C private practice by government doctors.
Your time starts now.
I koina khangi madudi kai no habadan violence against doctors, health institutions in the thoiba suma violence asi ngalingai matamdagi adum thoaga laba pot amani masi inau nawa nate aduna koina government doctors singna akhoi private clinics a lairakwa masisina kaidawi haiba matamda makoina puriba hospital singjuda main emphasis piraktaba na maram oidana akoida different types of violence kaya ama thogale aduga men violence se kari dagi no haiba matamda doctor sing amasung magi medical staff sing duna lagliba patients sing dubo akoina makoida negligence bibiba aduga not only that akoigi patient amasung magi patient relatives sing duga good communication layraktaba masina akoigi one of the akoigi government doctors sing na private ki hospital salairak pasina amasuguma violence sing se increase tawhale eba aduna akoigi Sagumba akoigi violence sing se kari dagi thoklei haiba matamda mainly aina hujai bodo negligence by the medical staffs adubu miyoi basing se loina siban naeba aduga na doctor sing na fazna cure tawna ba fazna prevention tawbata targa su kanbal ngamda ba laina mayam amade dum sikhieba adubu akoigi praja sing na gyan tagadabadi kaino hai hai matamda asugum violence se yarigai thokdana ba tawgadabane ba maramdi violence se thokpasina kaida matamda doctor singda akoida makoida medical gi oi makoi gi wakhal gi oi ba stress am pieba wakhal gi oi ba stress se kari dagi lai hai matamda akoi gi patient relatives sing na akoi gi doctor sing da violence tawba adagidi kaigumba doctor na soira or patient relatives la soira khangda bida akogi police or politicians sing sina doctor sing the harassment piba aduga doctor sing sida draconian law or act against doctor thamba asugumba mayam sina kai da am da doctor sing sida stress leba se hel leba amrom da akogi doctor sing sina private practice taw rokpase amrom da yam phai na hajake maram di karigino haiba matam da ngasi leiriba government gi institutions sing sida thadariba funding se it is very much less khulai leite lying naba aduna kai dam according to the but in algi study gi matung inna female doctors sing sida na masuguma balance sing se merely heleba kari da akoi gi obstetrics amasung gynecologist department sing the balance aduki mati yamna thoi aduga according to the Indian Medical Association gi matung in nasu IT persons of the doctors are kadama stress lay aduga 56% na 7 hours tumbangamde aduga high violence se protect to nabagi damakta akoi gi the Epidemic Diseases Act 1997 se amuk 2020 gi 22 April da amuk masi se launch tawki by the Acting Minister of Health and Family Affairs Harsha Bardana tauki aduga under this act violence tawriba mi do 7 years imprisonment aduga twice the times of the property do ma singba aduga haiba sigi pose within 1 year time bound masigi haiba violence se masi thidokadamni masi solution puthorokadamni haiba act asumaina lei aduna akoi government sing nasu infrastructure develop tawba taragadi government doctors in private practices tau ribase tau aduga government doctors in nasu akoi gi patients sing gi damakta akoi gi strict thank you all
thank you mathang dar lengsin biraksi contestant number 29
role of workers or supporters of MLA or ministers in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Good luck.
Some heroes don't wear capes. We call them doctors. Hello everyone and esteemed judges present here. This is Naram Rosni Chanu representing Oriental College, and on the topic I'll be speaking is role of worker or supporter of MLAs in preventing violence against healthcare workers.
Your time starts now.
Indeed, doctors play a very significant role in our lives. What type of role you may ask? You name it. The absolute start and the absolute end event of a human are both certified by doctors, whether it is in the maternity hospitals or in the morgue. There are many ancient doctors who have contributed a lot to mankind. Examples are Hippocrates and Imhotep. In India as well, the history of medicine goes back as well. Example is Susotra, who is the world's first surgeon that lived among 800 BC. All these people, all these men, they belong to different eras, different backgrounds, but their passion and dedication in treating people, in saving lives and mending them is what that makes them stand together. They represent the community doctors. Same goes for Dr. Archana, who had committed suicide on 29 of March 2022 because she was booked for murder over the death of a woman, post childbirth, at their hospital in Rajasthan's Dosa district. We all know that that is an inevitable part of life, but forgetting the fact that this a complicated case of postpartum hemorrhage can cause death, and out of grievance, they file a case to the police that the doctor killed their wife. The societal pressure and attention make this great soul sacrifice her life in serving humanity. May Dr. Archana's soul rest in peace. And coming to my topic, I would like to say that workers of MLAs and these ministers, I'll be very honest, they never do anything when it comes to violence. They are the ones creating violence in hospitals, such as they want their patients to be treated first instead of making them wait. They're like, I am the cousin or I'm the daughter of this MLA, this minister, you have to treat me first. I've always seen this from a very personal experience at our very own casualty at RIMS, saying to a very new female intern, who is, in my observation, a non-Manipuri tribe from the northeastern states, shouting aggressively and saying that, you must treat me first, I am the cousin and the brother of that minister. The female intern was shivering and shivering like anything. So, in my opinion, and not in my opinion, in everybody's opinion, who's the protagonist here? Please, who's the protagonist here? The female doctor or that one who shouts aggressively in a public place? And from the whole scenario, many people must be thinking that, oh, the seriousness of the patient is not the reason to be treated first, but the level where the patient's family or patient stands in the society. I would like to conclude that these workers of MLS, they have done nothing but always have taken percentage and the monies given by government as funds to create in their local kendras. They never ever do anything for the violence that is happening across hospitals and healthcare centers. And they even threaten and intimidate the doctor when they said such specific facilities are not available in those primary health centers, as it is a very small primary health center. So I would like to conclude my speech by saying that doctors are not robots. They feel, they eat, they sleep, they breathe like us. They are just the same as us. They are also human beings. Let us also see the world from their perspective once in a while and give them the love and the care they deserve in return to the service and the treatment they give to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, contestant number 30. Contestant number 30. Contestant number 31. Contestant number 30 is absent. Next, contestant number 30 will be speaking next. 31 is already here, so let's hear from 31 first.
Role of media, both print and the electronic, in preventing violence against healthcare workers. All of us.
Ahamagtada Lengshin Biba Puna Makpo, Ikono Kurumzari, Duga Justing, Busu, Aina Ikaikun Wuchari. I give me Ronan Nepram, Ifal College, BA second semester. Ado ay nga sige topic kasi role of media in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Media ki mating se media ki thawdang se yamna chawe.
Your time starts now.
Media ki thawdang se yam chawe violence against health workers sige prevent to with the violence moida tong chathaba crime sing violence sing kena to bada role of media se am chawe kaida chawge hara kan sida makoina healthcare workers sing da chathaba crime sing violence sing je media gi mateng na haiba tare media gi mateng na media gi through da masagi makoi da chathaba crime sing si hogi paksan na mi sing da aware ohen ba karim baram da gi kamaina chathara ino adegi di masigi langlalang jin se akoina media gi mateng na media gi through da gi akoina ubangam ba adegi di masagi masagi press ki kaino da so akoina press ki high role have si yam chawe moina kai have tare media gi mateng na masagi press asumba hai tare asumba media gi thodang su asumba ngata coverage to biba haibadi khoigi media sing su yamna theta lei tabana te theta dum lei haibadi ngasai achauba minister MLA adegi achauba chole singsina makhoi asumba coverage to bu namsilaga haibadi makhoi aranba atraga nathak to bu tawhannabagi adu masu adum lei tabana te adubu masi pumna makse media haisi mayam gi dangta leibani achumba bu unnaba leibani ado media sumaina leiba media gi role asigi thodang si media isi now singna khangbiraga aidi asumba asengba pawdam du mayam gi pham da ulaga aidi kaidegi kamaina oira ibano haibagi kaidi kamaina tholai ibano haibagi consequence adigi magi results mayam du akhoi punna naina mina ba ma change haibadi media haisina hujiki matam di chakholabani na internet kai ka loin leirabanina huzik live thari basisu kana gumba kutang da Facebook da adegi di YouTube da mayam yingam dori bani ado media gi mateng si yam chakhole haiba aina sida huzik kainoma tawra asu adum halita adum bhare sakane ba haidi media si yam chakhole ba ado khogi huzik paw ba amasu adum live tharaga tawba yare aduna asagi khudak da thokba khudak da tawba paw se America thokba paw se akhoina hujiki live telecast ki mateng na aigi yumda phama adum yengba yare aduna jenims ta kai thoi rims ta kai thoi adi kai da kai tawi habase media gi mateng na adum taw khoina tawba yare violence ama thokba matamda media gi mateng na media dubu keno tawraga media mateng gi through da media isi now sing kawraga different media le ado kawraga moi gi mateng dagi asigumba kai dagi haure ino kamaina tawi no haibasigi asumba langlala jing ama puthuaga di media na prevention of violence against healthcare workers se media sing asu asoba thodang lei haibase media sing gi asoba thodang si lei haibase ada ulka dori bani ado loshilak bada ina haining badi media lei ba se mayam gi damaktani mayam gi seba to gi damaktani aduna prevention of violence against healthcare workers sing media sing gi mateng na chatharak ba si da su ai wakhanda leiba akhoi minister MLA sing leiba mayam sing asu media da threat bibi dawa aduga akhoi leiba media sing asu thamoi singna isagi kanana bagi natabida thamoi singna thabak to biraga prevention of violence against healthcare workers sing asiga asibu akhoina makhoi prevent to boda makhoi bu ngapi shen bi bada asumba pawdam bi bada thodang lobiu haibasi hairaga thank you thagache
thank you mathang da kohun jage contestant number 30 Marakthana hana ngangbi graba participants sing amadi mahaki loinerakpa sing da amka ningsing jage program loibuk yaubiu participants sing gi certificate amadi akhoina consolation prizes khara judum thamjabani program se loibuk yaubi naba amuka hana ningsing jari
yam nungai ba topic ni jana tabiro ko role of attitude and the behavior of healthcare workers in prevention of violence against healthcare workers role of attitude and the behavior ko maitiro nang doi ra ha akoi gi healthcare workers singa tokthorok ma to moi gi behavior sina healthcare worker da violence of say siga kari mari lai nage kamai prevent to gudagi haba ko ajana habiro
Good afternoon to all of you. Loinana ngasigi temporary speech sigi haitare judges when election be papana pusu kokloni kai kumna bochari loinana hall sida haitare library respected teachers and my dear brothers and sisters puna pusu kokloni kai kumna bochari ai sama kusi king basor khaibam leifam na school police len adugai Oriental College da BS second semester da Pol Science da honors tokjari.
Your time starts now.
Violence against healthcare workers high issue si ngasi ki oriba present situation present era asida haitare not only our country India all over the world when haitare distribution batuna hoji yamna maru oiba issue mo oina kana horakli United Kingdom gi report amai matung ina haitare 1/3 saruk thokpagi saruk ama healthcare workers sing si violence mayok nei haiba report amri loinana akoi gi India ki oina su haitare 75% doctors sing moina practice tawlingai manung da haitare violence mayok nei haibagi report amasu Indian Medical Association gi report ngi makata thingnajai loinana 53% doctors sing si khogi nongmoda tumma yadabagi samasya problem mayok nei haibagi pung tare tumma yadabagi problem mayok nei haibagi report amasu thingnajai adu bulak kadori badi hoji healthcare workers sing si mai mayok ta haitare violence makal makha kaya kumi laigre amam toina paludo chiro akogi physical harassment emotionally or psychological violence mam laigre haitare amam toina paludra so haiba violencing asi karamna tholak page haibasi hoi maikai kaya dagi mityen kaya dagi yengba yai adum oina mak khwaidagi maru oiba mayam dagi marakta khwaidagi maru oiba hargadi healthcare workers sing dagi attitude magi behavior adu siamna maru oin thamjage maramdi aibu mi amana respect to biba aigi wahai amada aigi khonthok amada mi aibu nuksi biba haib siamna maru oi khon hauktaba or natraka lamchat phajadaba kana amatabu haitare mi amta nuksidamni mangda makangna dasu tungda masimi sidadi na haina bani thamjage aduna yanan bada aikoida akogi society sida haitare hoji chatna bim lay larik haire fanamna doctor ore or natraga healthcare workers sing the mam like re koi am toina paludra kasu nurses mam lai re loinana kogi dispensary sing the laiba haitare kogi village level la laiba healthcare worker asa mam like re mayam simanungda magi family na or natraga mam asam na haitare ego lak wakalda aina to lo yarabadi natraga na I want to head Makana Lakadono, having ego, proud ama, loiner lagadi, hide me a sibu, Karamba, mean and Shigadono, have a wangsma, Tolakani, Loinana, I am Tamjaning Badi. I koi Muibani, Poklapomatamda, I koi Chapman na lai, Karamta doctor or Karamta nurse or Gapolapanati. I koi honor jaba, I koi na, Kana. Honajar pa duna maram oiraga haitare aikoi gi fibam ama lepangam jaraktana aikoi gi profession ama mai pakna lepangam jarakpani adum moina mag ching chagring amana chak chengkok ama mang thu I haibugum na haitare lamchut phajadaba wang sangang phajadaba khara na haitare thamoi seng na sincerely faithfully thabak tokjariba medical staff sing healthcare workers sing bu chendhabagi thabak sima tobidana ba haina doctor ningi ai gi famdagi loinana aikoi amatani aikoi chap mani aikoi ego haibasi yaudana thabak tongmene si haibasi thamjarga loisinjage that's my conclusion thank you
Thank you. Next contestant number 32 contestant ani hum ngai sale contestant number 34 bukni lairi se 33 34 jo same sara lai biro
yam nungai topic ni role of student unions in preventing violence against healthcare workers. Yeah, go. Good luck.
ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯃꯛꯇꯗ ꯇꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯆꯤꯜ ꯏꯅꯥꯎ ꯑꯣꯖꯥ ꯒꯨꯔꯨ ꯗꯣꯛꯇꯔ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯍꯩꯁꯤꯡꯉꯕ ꯀꯣꯂꯤꯛ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯃꯛꯇꯗ ꯏꯀꯣꯛꯅꯅ ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯁꯣꯏꯕ ꯕꯁꯟꯇ ꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯣꯗꯔꯟ ꯀꯣꯂꯦꯖꯇ BSc ꯁꯦꯀꯦꯟ ꯁꯦꯝꯗ ꯇꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕꯁꯤ ꯂꯧꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯇꯦꯝꯕꯣꯔꯁꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇ ꯉꯥꯡꯖꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕꯁꯤ ꯉꯥꯡꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯅ ngasi khudongchab lawjaraga role of student unions in preventing violence against healthcare worker.
Your time starts now.
Miyamna loina khangnare madudi kone healthcare worker as kanano habdi healthcare da lairiba kogi staff adudagi kogi mayam ama doctor nurse sweeper security amasung mayam ama masi mayam ama leiba masi ji haidi makoida yamna moirom yamna mayong na samesya ama hargadi moromda aide koina mina moromda usitaba moromda moigi asoiba mana hai mamang dis bazna habi mamang gi speaker na habi ki ba aide seng sagrik amana seng mayam ama mangthokpa habi ki do adugumna torga magi tawzamandu khangbidaba sugumsini bo aduga sikuma thengnaba mayam asida koina healthcare workers sing da kari student union na kari toba yabage haibdu ai matang asida hajaramge koina healthcare worker sida koina student union haibsi kaino haibtam na kogi student yam ama kogi youth mayam ama fogalaiba mayam asigi damakta moi mayam ji punjelaga haide common achievement ama tawnabage damakta dum form to group ama neba masisina koina mayam asina asumba maikay da laga haide koina healthcare da moigi tawi basi kari taw moina kari koigi damakta tawbiman khangba utpa oina haide kari tawaya ge hai akoina ever koina sam na koina gift kumba dumba piba ngamudraga su haide koigi lakada or generation sigi damakta oina makoina awareness koina hogalabe youth sing the awareness mayam ama pibiba adudagi koina si doctor da si tawaya de healthcare worker da si tawgadabani si tawroi habidu koina khangbudu mathau tai koina khangbudu mathau akoigi mathau tai habidu thamjarongge aduga loina na koigi youth habise koigi student koigi youth mayam sina form to gani koigi samaj amada koina change to ge haiba targadi akoi ahambada koigi youth se change to bam darka tai maramaduna haidi masisina koigi student union sina yamna sawba platform amani masigi platform asida mioi pumna makna haidi angang dagi horaga mayam amana haidi koigi society da healthcare worker da si tawaya de haibadu madugi damakta yamna sawba maru role ama moina tawaya aduga makoina yumda moina student union mayama pujalaga moina tawriba mayam adu adi mokoi yumda family da laba matungda adi moina kari sida tami kholi haibadu koina yumda imung manunga phajna khanaraga healthcare da si tawgani si tawroi haibadu phajna tanaraba matungda koina society da change tawba ngamgani haiba wafam asi thamaga ai matang asida losinjari thagachari.
Thank you. Mathangda lengsin biraksi contestant number 33. Contestant number 33. Mathangda kausanjari contestant number 33. Contestant number 33 lakren logjarage. Contestant number 34. Contestant number 34 so ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ contestant ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ opinion speech ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ program ꯃꯈꯥ ꯆꯠꯊꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ Extempore speech competition asida judge ki thawdang pubiriba mayamdagi wahai khara tabagi tanja adu yaurakle ahambada ina Sir Dr. R.K. Nimai dagi wafam kharatang tabinaba sir mathakta lengkat piraga ngangbisis
Dais election biriba Dr. Sakumaram sung Dr. Lenin te mang the election biriba senior member mayam apai Indian Medical Association ki office bearers of member mayam ai fellow judges parents teachers aduga ngasi gi thorum se participate to bigi ba satra sadri punamak aha badai hakna khurumjari ai English ki satra nate English ki satra natraga so English si non tonal language ni noi ngasai English tamba ani yawe non tonal language ni aduga mari pitch accent chatpani aidi intonation da anema wang and the pronunciation is very important akoina extempore se extempore se haini ko ayam extempore haina payawa it's a Latin word khutakta haiba at a moment haibaneva my artha de and extempore haigadamneva mage correct spelling is extempore aduna akoina ingraji ngangba kansida akoigi political leaders mayam na na genuine haibase G9 na loi ba haibaneva chief minister ani sureko J9 hairaga la ise aduna migi maron mato tam taragadi migi mato do khara manana ba koi tambam change adu tawrakanda communication se lakadorine aduna extempore haibane aduna kasai isa sing na ngang hibada ai akoigi public speech ki amkhak thamge angamna khudom bi yam sijaneba index si tawbase this is a sign of aggression si tawoi mo hota si taw natraga si taw swaina haiba na khudom bi swai thenbo budi aina Dr. Palinda Dr. na haibada swaina haiba budi Dr. Palin haiba kanda he will feel quite comfortable aina si tawtaraga he will feel uncomfortable si akoi mioi bagi sada lon chat neba aduna khoina public speech torba kan sida khoina index finger na thin basi tawroi dam neba haibada swaina tawbase adu masigi tendency si akoigi public ki speech ki khara adum akoigi namba ma sangi topic si theme si am interesting over theme ni ada akoina hayani wa amata ba haidea ba si akoi Manipur da law am lai ko 2015 da introduced tawraga 2016 da SNP ba ama law am lai akoigi Manipur Medicare Service Personnel and Medicare Institution Prevention of Violence and Damage to Property Act 2015 si isagi ekam leimne Bharat Sarkar na 2020 da model bill lama circulate tawri baneba madudi Bharat Sarkar ge dana Medicare se hairakre health care na hairakre aba pandeba nagi law gi judiciary gi matang haire police ki mathaw haire sarkar gi mathaw haire legislature gi MLA gi mathaw haire kansida sida si amo pandeba akhoi gi problem de karino high kansida India is very good in passing laws law enact with India the ampayaba aduga implementation de fa aba fail oyaba and any law se koi fazan implement tawde and sigi aspect sima I personally as a member of the jury the masima I yam kana thamhanning bani ada ama bhawa akoigi Dr. James na dimagi introduction da sigi exima palle adu akoi satra satri amatana masigi si palakte particularly akoigi Royal Law College gi oinam gi satra na hena palhanning ba kana da moi di law tammi bane ba adagi ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯡꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯇꯣꯄꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯇꯁ ꯇꯧꯗꯕ ꯚꯥꯏꯂꯦꯟꯁꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏꯗ ꯅꯨꯡꯊꯪꯅ ꯁꯨꯈꯤꯕ ꯀꯦꯁ ꯂꯩ when we were students when we were in college yam sanga tholai ada kari tauri bharat sarkar la su hoji medical education tabakan sida institution ko manga da experiment tauri banaba haidi doctor si hoji ti larik phabana de doctor tamngam dre larik phabasi de sida does he have the ethos to be a good doctor asi leitrab ne ba nang mark phangaga nangi nit parkha thara kanda nit mark phanga sangam ne ba does the candidate have the ethos to be a medical professional asi khalaktrab ne ba aduna doctor su samaj da leibane samaj da leiba wakhallon doctor khangde nurse khangde healthcare facilities da leiba mayam si sigi ethos ba chen gadam ne ba doctor gi de hippocratic oath si subscribe tawribane magi aina si tawba yai si tawba yade haise ada akhoina aina medical profession amagi ethos leitrabadi ai aphaba I may be a very good clinician ada ai aphaba doctor andi oideba ada bharat sarkar ne experiment tawdana thamagi MBBS ki ahamba head sanga pakansida one whole month si society da leiriba akogi interpersonal relation gi karige mayam si 25 institution da khallaga tambiba horabneba 2019 da aijo class am log rims da sigi se adu covid ki karige lakpadagi masi discontinue tawkebaneba hai si institution ko manga da ngang ibo topic sing je the remaining 24 institutions in online da yeng ba loi yai ba kaino da physics soft skills je yam darkar lai ba si akhoi gi Dr. Lerin the soft skills je excellent ni ko interpersonal relation da mana mai feel psychiatry da tawne na aduna saunari si kari gi no misunderstanding never misunderstanding si akhoi gi yamna arbitrarily patient party na paksap da sawak khiba ma or medical professional lairiba nurse khangde doctor khangde attendant khangde maduna convey to bogam da bagi akhoi gi misunderstanding ama and si kamai to na bridge to gadege hai taragadi akhoi gi healthcare gi personal medicare facility da leiriba thabak tori mayam sina sigi soft skills learn to ba darkar laiba means sauragadi how we should handle it aduna tana mi duna sauraga na in ojan sauraga dun phunara neba and that is what is happening aduna hojik manipur da leiresi akhoi gi law ma leijare law jiksu chatri healthcare institution ga akhoi medical professional da leiresi di double jeopardy neba double jeopardy ne di ma akhoi consumer protection act ki makha da deficit in service ki ma danti phangba yai penalty pi ba yai adagi aina nga sai hariba 2015 gi act sigi makhanda aina medical negligence lerdi doctor oina ai jail da changba yai aduna hauji bhawda unfortunately akoi act sida thokre akoi act si pass aur matung da sarkar ge hospital da su private ke institution da su violence si phajana thokre thugai ba khokai ba tawre but not a single akhoi gi FIR ama lokhalaga case lokhat pasi tawdri aba aduna statute ki book di leijaraga statute si akhoi implement tawdabagi ne ba akhoi na masi tawrok taraga di public so adum aware ware kani kano da law ma semi ba si law na thingane haibna te ba mi si dandi pira kanda atai mi na tamakta na ba sem bane ba aduna law si ki makha da akhoi na action khara lorpa kan sida institution sing sida target tawriba thugai ba khokai ba mayam se khara tokani mioi bani soi ba ya soi da ba ngamane te soiram gani soira gadi mangon da penalty pi gane ba inquiry tawraganda se doctor sina bo lale har se medical institution hospital or clinic tu gi aran bani har ga moi da penalty pi gane natana akhoi gi khudak ta eta violence tawraga laikidaba mi hingalakadaba leite ada akhoi gi sigi bai de finality am lairabne aduna hoji akhoi gi public ki awareness se akhoi da law ma laire ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯌꯥꯍꯜꯂꯣꯏꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤꯃ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯕ꯭ꯂꯤꯛ ꯑꯦꯋꯦꯌꯔꯅꯦꯁ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔꯁꯤ ꯂꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯇꯥꯕꯕꯨꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯔꯦꯖꯤꯌꯁ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯑꯒ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯁꯣꯇꯦꯔꯤꯛ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯣꯄꯤꯛ ꯇꯣꯏꯅ ꯅꯩꯅꯕ ꯇꯣꯄꯤꯛꯇꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯕꯅꯦ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯃꯤꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯃꯐꯥꯎ ꯌꯥꯎꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯇꯣꯄꯤꯛ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯣꯏꯅ ꯆꯣꯡꯊꯣꯔꯛꯑꯒ ꯁꯤꯗꯩꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ extemporeꯗ ꯉꯥꯡꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯏꯁꯤ I congratulate you and compliment you and let the best person win. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mathangda Kauksanjage, Sir Professor C.S. Bohol Meitei, Professor of Management and Director CESD Manipur University.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, the other respected members of the dais, esteemed jury members, my dear young friends, special invitees, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good evening, everyone. It's really heartening to see such a very young, dynamic students coming from different academic institutions and delivering so much of important insights about a very important event happening in our society. Koige sigumlaba society say that yamaruina thoiba thawdok amakhakki matangda adusu extempore speech ta ngang base yamna akoi nungaiba phawi yengbada ada matang sida na khajiktan as a member of the jury thamanjaning base yes extempore speech as such akoi ngang bagi phongdok bagi communication skill ama establish tawdorene aini ngangi bagi presentation the ngangi bagi magi rhythm aduga loina na aini ngangi baduda yauriba madugi content knowledge simaga clear oiba aduga overall aigi body movement mayam sikamai dona how convincingly I am putting across my viewpoints si akoi yengba changi aduga loina na mangda koi respected jury member yambongna yam marik chumna thambigre thoidoi dongna hainingai de leite adubu amba khatang share tawsaning bata yes main topic the prevention of violence in healthcare haibani adoi tare khoni yeng gatori si prevention of violence in healthcare high consider healthcare workers healthcare service delivery system aduga healthcare industry as a whole ko yam yengbam changi have ada ayamba topic ngangak pada khoigi different roles sabudi ngangbani adu raga su koina yenghaning is a violence kari marangi thola ino hai what is the cause of the event see except a few straight khoi keno ta ngang khibana yam poina tawe cause si khangabadi adugi remedial measures se khoi solutions se find out over the arrival oidorine is the saying goes if you rightly identify the problem half of the problem is solved karamba yes violence to have simadi yarasi karamba makhalgi violence thokpage violence se patient party ga aduga healthcare delivery system piriba adugi service provider haizaba tare healthcare workers doctor obi aduga khoigi paramedical ki nursing ki staff obi or natraga hospital natraga institutions lairiba any other person adum obi violence aduga violence among the healthcare workers so adum thokba yauribane aduna thoiba violence karama makhal ki violence no du khangdo aba adu itargadi aingon de piriba topic sina kari violence si akoi thingnana ba prevent tawnana ba we require some sort of intervention si intervention si lakba tamda tongan ba stakeholders singi role lai dorine aduna ngasai police ki role na kamdau ba satra sangsan union singi role na kamdau ba doctor masama ki role na kaptauba aduga legislature singina karamba area da makoina legislate tawira ka da masigi minimize tawba yanana ba aduga tongan ba akoi gi stakeholders mayam ama one after another around 23-4 akoi topics madugi kano sai da koi pi hrabani aduna akoina point ama yam short period of time da convincingly put up reasons, cause, and its preventive measures. Adudai the lower payaba rules the England the period topic to give Matungina, Karahena elaborative when a paper. Aduga, Loirak Pagi conclusion of timing. Masagi warning bills, the king give it Aragadi Kedova. I'm just having only 1 minute to wrap up my speech. Hiding with the Mayamamalera Bayako. Adurgasu time see. Minute amakakta ngai horam nina sigi marak saida ngangi ngai da khang tap ta tappa tu nat tap ngangi iba point kharasi aina convincingly audience thamamaga madugi conclusion juma loisalauna na ba sai hona bi ka tawne not targadi your communication cannot be completed aduna kaidoba akoigi juries natraga any other audience na taba matamda nangi wahi do khang tap the lotion give adona uga tawba and the sigumba kogi communication gi technique khara akoi yengba changi aduna ayamba matamda kogi audience siga akoi eye contact labor aduga some of you people are doing well no doubt aduga some of you saigi maigi ama khatang da dum focus araga ngang basu lay aduna public speaking gumat tawba matamdadi aina ngang se audience ki damaktani aduna every nook and corner of the audience say yariki akhoi kano se eye contact se akhoi draw tongnaba honaba se akhoi changi aduna it is a really a very appreciative work taken up by IMA Manipur chapter Manipur branch ki Indian Medical Association and local PDC amna pungning thoganingai ni koigi lairiba koigi healthcare gi area saida maybe koigi sumna khaki patient ka lainaba maris na tabada tongan ba healthcare products delivery tawba pharmaceuticals ki items lairi arei ato equipments item lairi one of the most important thing is what we require is the ethical value system aina pairiba roles da maybe a doctor, maybe a paramedics, maybe a nurse, maybe a staff. I want the tawgada say, do say, am I doing the right kind of a thing which I'm supposed to do? I am in a conflict. Hola isi magi ethical value system dugi khara khajik tayona na lak dugi apprehension laina badudagi na hairib. Aduna all the people involved say akoi magi ethics to koi ngang na ba hona minasi ngakchu ngakpi rangmani adubu ayama matamda patient party haijaba tare makhoi su kaidoba in emotion na ayamba akhoi kano se yomagalai yamna hena sokpa laikitaba tawatba ngahaktangi aduna emotion outburst torpa adudagi ti pamdaba thodok che dum thokalle aduna kaidore satra oirasu aduga any stakeholders akhoi na mathau taba se akhoi gi emotional intelligence masi hoi hengalan ba changi empathy aina magi maphamda oiramba taragadi aina kari khalamgadagi natraga aina kari hayaningamgadagi haiba wakhlon se akoi tuna khalmina bam changi adu itari ke doba patient party na mana haish na karigi doctor sina haish na karigi adu unethical oiba practice khara tawram taragadi that is very very unfortunate niko loina tawram gani haija banasde in rare cases tawram basu yai tawram da basu yai adubu situation ama violence ki area the crop up tawre ni namadu maigei khuding maktegi yengminaba ama khatangi changi adna sigumba makhalgi awareness level se akoi extempore pista tauba aduga maru oinana hauraiba mahiroi singi oina magi personality development taunana ba communication skill do enhance taunanaba adu itar khadi kedoba magi overall personality do hengatna employability amasung magi productive skill se enhance over the choba mateng ama oi aduga loina na khang minna bayaba tuna khaminna bayaba area kharasu from the wider perspective ako yeng minna bagi khudong chawa du ba phangi sumhain dawdana matung tarak padasu masigi sugamba event sigi khudong chawa logjaraga aina thamjaning base koi maybe debating competition do oi bayai aduga tongan ba symposium gi area do oi bayai or some of the very important issues in our society. Even Kutamoina Thamjarakanda traffic rules and traffic driving system in Manipur. Masimakta da ay achoba akoy kaino ama public awareness masokay mathaw tarbra haibase koy positive ne. Nasmai dawdana I am a na hel kamari laina ba tongan ba mari laina ba team lokhalakpada some of the issues which can be of very much importance in our society. The viragadi angang singi personality development asu hena kanagani aduga samaj dasu koigi awareness pibada achoba mateng ama hoigani hena khanjai aduna I am very much thankful to all the organizing team for giving me this opportunity to be amidst you, and I express my profound gratitude and gratefulness to the organizing team for associating me in this kind of an event. With this word, mayam punnamaku amukahna kurumjari. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir. Mathangda kakhachage Sir Yumnam Rupachandra, Editor-in-Chief, Impact News.
Kurumjari, mayam punnamaku. Thingi mayam no yumchaning amani, but as one of the judge who duty haigatare to interact with the competitors as well as to express some thoughts on the topic that IMA has chosen for you today. Why han bada akhoi chatri ba lambi amakhak phajana describe to haibase yam aruba thabak oidoineba. But if you have gone through that road, yumdagi na sibhaw ngasi lakpase, sigi matangda sida laaga ngangu hai targadi, bara loi ngangineba. So the secret behind speaking in public is understanding your subject. And a topic pirakku matamda prevention of violence in healthcare and pirakku matam jida masigi tongan ba topic me amsigi matangda loina makhangaba. You can confidently walk up to that but Kangrava Ojana Taglakpa Hogdopagi acting Gatang Toraga Adai Dedi Kalaknipa Hograneva. So basic idea when you want to go out and speak to public, Prazamian the Wangange Haitargadi, Nanga the river topic say. See Pazana Mamutarava. There's no issue. Ojana no either Tambiba Yabzikarai Bano to or see the judge, the sea hiro, I like the never. But the rest of the hard work you have to do it. You have to understand the issue. Topic number P prevention of violence in healthcare. So the issue is there. Violence against the healthcare. Sigi issues the who are the stakeholders, who are the players, who are impacted. See Mayamji, Ekoi Kangabangak the never. The question is for you to string up what you know so that you can put it in a very challenging time frame. 4 minutes, karigumba issue mo prajamayam the khangana bona base. It's a very difficult proposition. But that doesn't mean that you can't. But you will not be able to do it if you don't know. So the secret for success in public speaking is have full knowledge of the subject that you're going to speak. And isana hana khangba podmo waitargadi na uje eta se yungbai dino krai degi kiyam gai degi na sibhau lakpagi wazi hayu hai targadi you will be able to speak how you came. The first step you take out from your home adum mayam da hai swan chan tong lak san lak lambi da si ui kitang observative way kana khara minute oiba ai swan to kan sida ai minute manga adu da pala I see you can say it very easily because you have experienced it. So subjects minor p matam dadi the only secret to public speaking is having thorough knowledge of the subject that you want to speak. Adu khangdana laba will be acting. And ngasigi ngang mayam sida I want the mamim taba handaki national education policy daga semtok na yam kan honariba rote learning gi pot yam time mami. Rote learning, something you have read it and you are trying to remember it and recall it. Sida lepakanda minute mari manungda if you are trying to recall something that you have just read 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before or even say 24 hours before, it's going to be very difficult for you. So don't try to repeat what you have learned. What you read, don't read it to memorize. Read it so that you understand. Karino bhap tabam changeba. Aikoi ki doctor mayamda patient party na puri se karino. Mo yum thugai se karino. See taukan sida media kangbu sina reporting kamai tauraga amukka hanna doctor mayam sida double kano piri se karino. Kaze thinking process am changi par matungda. Topic to khanga matungda. So these are things that you have to do behind the scene. No, isi thorking it. That's what I'm talking about. Adu tau de bida. Ozana takpa to oh you give salutation to this, do this aga. Adagi ahan mamang torni adedi khara khara nikpa hograni adedi everything gone. So kindly be thorough with the subject. Adu khangaba. I don't think you have to struggle much. Now coming to the topic, IMA has an interest in putting forward this prevention of healthcare. Similarly, is academic exercise amani for the colleges and schools that are participating. This is something which is going to come in series. See, schools and colleges need to incorporate within their activities. Participate or school, noigi school singda, noigi school students union later the moi kutangda, ojasingi kutangda, I call school you in a sigumba. Kaino sing the competition am the yaw yanaba, kara on kaino basis tausi habagi, no in a move to changba. Because without practice, you will not refine yourself. So, congratulations to all of you. See, the LEPA itself is an achievement. Forget about whether you win anything today or not. The fact that you have stood here and spoke to this handful of people and through the cameras to the thousands of people who are going to watch. No live thabas dum yauriga. Tari me am singida no ngang ba se. Si ngang ba ngamdaba thok ba ngamdaba nakhoi gi age group ki chhatra chhatri listing lakta lai riye. But you are few people who have come out here and you have spoken. Soigera soiroira haigera hairoira nang ngang na torga sida lepam mido. That takes courage. That's not something to be, you know, yamna pikna khanbi apot natye. So thumbs up, and you all did good. The only thing now is for you to refine yourself, because as per IMA ki matung ina si tawdori ba, chatha dori ba, series by series. Kari kita makta, doctor se sum phu leita ragadi, aiko heng na dabadi sunya roya ba. You or your family members are going to get sick one day. And if you live long enough, you will get cancer as a khangnaramde. It's said that if you live long enough, you will become cancer patient. There will be a rogue cell which will become cancerous. Akoina garibu hek thau bor agadi. Accident is going to dong. Kara pikna thokpa chawma thokpa dongan bamne. Nang garibu hek thau bor aba. Adum accident di thok dong. Kara chawba kara chemen dongan bamne. Sida kai thok ba hiba mayam accident thok te ba amta yang mo. Similarly ako hingbu hinga aba. We are going to have to meet doctor. Doctor unada ba yaroi da pone. Doctor du unaba chapada masi doctor sing anto ba na thang yepa ga chatpi film da laktar ga di. Nongmai yepa chatpi film da laktar ga di. Doctor sing ju thora kanda double barrel ba yala kan nang kari ngai ke ga ni yeng ba thor tar ga di. What kind of a society we are living in? Doctor zu Hindi film da ga ba double barrel ga yala ga ba ko kai no da who knows? I gi service loge la is na ngonda khompang kausal ma di na ma su nongmayam pair ga status ko tu yala yeng ba thora ba nang ju doctor sin ngon da ma si ha na ba yai ka nang ju thang pura chan na tar ga di ngai gi trust deficit ki poto aduna IMA is interested in normalizing relation between the patient and doctors, and that is good for all of us. And you are a medium through which we want the entire people who are watching this or who are listening to us understands the importance of doctor, and also make doctors understand the importance of understanding the emotions of their patients. Patient में अंगी emotions जो हम दरकार था है वो आई interaction program में याव की RIMS था recent past था health ministry की deputy secretary की level में लागा address था उकी माना है वो MBBS course था Dr. Singhi arts की section में याव हुई है देना I don't know if it's true or not आई hardcore के नो ये इंग्लिश याव दे से union ministry की under secretary na hire maniko santa hoina sin ba keno program ma da adu most medical colleges skip that daka ta da bani and skip to we have arts ki oiba soft skill ga jamung ni maina hagi ba soft skill daka ta ba do adu doctor mayam ju masi ki daka ta ba tam ba du ayamba ahogi institute sing je except for one hire me India da mana chalu kan da phajana tambiram me da on arts skills, humanities is something proports in how to deal with another fellow human being, how to stop yourself, start considering your patient or your customer or your, in my case, subscriber. I impact TV subscriber lay, doctor ki patient lay, dukan phamba mugi customer lay. Karmain tong na si mayam sina, makogi customer, makogi subscriber, makogi patient tupu. Just another ATM dong na khan bagi card ma thingal laga paisa lo bagi na khan bagi stage du yaurak ta na ba somewhere akoi stop tong na ba adugi soft skilling me am chang nge adu masi high bedi dam lai ba ngarang makta aigi editor ma ngonda complain tore magi mama na bai matang da doctor magi wahi wata phajada bagi I ngasi IMA the ngang bazakadori adai kharadi palam ge di hai doctor amana prescription ama ire yaad re second prescription ma sentuaji hai re amaji lokthok re amaji ire second doctor am da chatle second doctor duna ani maksi isale doctor amana sigi mahutta si silaji he dana ama ire second doctor chakan da ani maksi isale Sidadi aigi didru khangning e he wants to know doctor amana di si ki mohta si woni irasi si chana dre hedna har padu mai di mama ko buni ama khatani sigi ani si irko matam da magi mind da yamna thijalu ba google da thijalu ga doctor yetna bi wana tabida magi mind da curiosity in the arouse tore why is it that this doctor is writing this both Mamangi doctor amaduna ama khatang I matung da yadre basi second ma si ma thaji na tharak padu ani ma selakan ji da aigi ma si kari so da ge ji mangonda langtak na bom phawe now these are legitimate questions that a patient's party or a patient will raise with the doctors. Now if the doctors don't respond to it properly, there's going to be a conflict. That conflict may turn into violence or no violence, will depend on how me dugi magi culture do depend on never. But some me pura gada yagani kana khanjaba me oja sing marka su lei ba satra je pura gada da lai he gadong neba adu mo oja su lei adu ga satra oja khara su lei satra je phajana tambira ga di khangani hai ba ma ade oja khara na as masi satra je pu da di aro hai ba ma. So similarly we have different kind of people with different magi keno adai to dana aina thengnaru ba mi du matungina spark thokadoi ne mai thokdoi ne ba dai di society problem la ani media la ani adai di media gi problem lai re sigi topic se yang ngang ba yari yang ngang na ba yari but you have been given only 4 minutes to speak which is very tough job ni akoi da ngang hai kan da probably nang same ngang do I might take 1 hour wow but anyway well done all of you And thank you, IMA, for giving me this chance to interact with the students and also to share some of our thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I once again thank all the judges for their opinion, suggestions, and their appreciation for today's extempore speech. Next is addressed by our chairpersons. First of all, I call upon our past president, Sir Shyamkumar Laisram, to please address the gathering.
Dr. Guptam, I think now tabulation is going on, I think. So I may take a few minutes only while waiting for tabulation. Akhoi ngasigi lengbiragliba mayamai Sar Palin, Managing Director, Sir Hobsan, Sir Rajen, Sir Mohen, Sir Jiban, Madam Jibalata, Zazes, and all my friends and all the participants. I amuka wish luxury. Ngasigi extempore species yam dinungai. Adubu akhoina thamjarakpa pandamdu yo wase khajitang wat pagema khoi phil tawi karigino hakanda akhoina pamisi violence against the healthcare workers se kamai tawna thingadagi karigi tholi no haibaneba akhoi sidaida doctor phayena nurse phay adagi hospital phayena thagat piona tawbanati akhoi gidi doctor kanana kari soi Doctor Soy was in do yam assault maming mathapandana Doctor Zingasita Honingi as I yam pava yawyang singna I give the doctors in the youth Haktana Kotana drug charaga lying adu sumbasi yampay adagi abaka koinaga palenda nurse ki behavior doctor ki behavior high kanda doctor sina tachin nadaba thawoidaba mina la idu the Sigumbasia Quina Yamna Sazing Sita Yampalandingi. Kaino Kanda, Hosik Chaunaisi, as Dr. Zingel, Likat Kareadu, Dr. Changuranu Gainakwa. Head Yauri was Sumbagaisha Quidasum Mayam Sina, publishing the Miyamna Taraga, Akogi Dr. Zingshu Taraga, Sigit Akoying a Sigit channel, Singshia Koi Dr. Singshu, Tadur Nika. Yam Pasapasa Yaugi budget ki Matang. Aduga budget walagadi sagi investment walagadi yaroi doini hospital hairaga rims jenims siza advance raj impal subangaktanati disi hopsang aktanti jibal hopsang katanati government hospital haikan the hospital mayam se loina masadagi sub center di pc gaise akoina loina kolhanning ba aduga doctor sing si mathau phajana tahoning ba padanga saigi youth of publishing do noina akhoi si torzing che youth ga group oiraga lae adagi doctor ga khanara ne habigi lae akhoi society gi asoiba adagi doctor hata puruni yum hata thugaironi law leitaba law chingak na bohona ba police ki mathau judiciary gi mathau adagi government ki legislature gi mathau mayam sa khoi loina khanghaning ba miyam se da moisu khangnaba aduga akhoi ngasi yam phajana ngangi aine so Majokanda, you have done all well, Pambal the Wayawi, Adubo, Noina Kandriba, topic Amada, Ngang Banani, Akoyokali, Akoina Piriba, topic Singsi, Masai James Napan Gildo, Akoina Piriba, topic Singsi, Angang Singsi, the Yamna clear cut oirabra, Sapsana Moida Singing Changan Bayara, Rice Okocho Yam Kanara Kanda, Akoina Pirisi, Angang Singsina, Lyric Shep Parani. Topic singse parani aduga moishu khangani noise tungi fisher doctor ni fisher mother ni fisher father ni aduga fisher person of the society ni aduna society si asoiba singsi aduna khoina students ki role ga su hairei ba adagi khudik maki loina yaurei si akhoi society as a whole akhoi se law abiding oigadabani mob justice tauroidabani achumaran khangna taw thabak chathagadabani MLA na haire na ma bhot hadanabana nichang khombadu da khoi public na yaroidabani worker na su yaroidabani akhoi chhatra sing na su yaroidabani aduka akhoi punna chakhat miraga afaba society ma woinaba khana sainaba yaudaba society ma woinaba healthy society ma woinaba mentally peaceful phangba society ma woinaba pandam sidaida khana saina yaudaba health setup amagi ni khoina ngasi tawjari basi akhoi mathang da su satha jaraki gani aduna aina angang singsida hajaning badi come to the point wa ngang bakanda kari ngang doino kari the point ta doino haidu da tawbiraba introduction bari da fajarga loishalam dai da topic to tahog da phaja phajaba yawi mana keno do minute ani danga phangamaga di mana ngang do aduk matik phajana ngang da yawi aduna you have done all well ko adegi khoina hajado si afaba ngang ba haiba wakhal taba rational khanba ngamba laibaki khanba ngamba aduga achumaran khangba khangna chatpa ain ngangna chatpa ngamba khoi society amagi dangta ngasi gi na khoi satra singche asukwa matik maruoi adu wafam sitang hairai tension jarage thank you all.
Thank you sir. Mathang da Sir R.K. Lenin bu wafam khara thambina ba amuk ningching jari.
Co-chair, Lona Lengsin Biriba, Kai Kumnazarba Mayam Punamak, I have why Humari Katang Haizage, Han Bada, I thank you Haizage, Matang the congratulations Haizage, Home Suda, Zender Bias Soivagi, sorry Haizage, Yanan Bada, I am in a Sinba Toromayamda, this is one of the best program, Hobadagi Loi Power Mayamna Yobiba, Bapung Pan Biba, Mayam Punamak Yam Tawayana, participate Tozaba. Tawbiba, Akoi, Taraptiamna, Tawayana Tagachari, Mayapano Tagachari, thank you very much. Anish Subada, Nasi, Yawikiba participate, Kuting Maku, congratulations, Pizari, Tongan Tongan Bamaram Guinea, Ahan, but beginner singisu, it's a big achievement for you. Nang Sidala Aga Lepagang Amido, that is a great achievement. It's a way achievement Amanika. Every step, Amana Horakatorini. Soigera soiroira nang laaga yauni haraga yauraga khara madi ming pisalaga yaudaba su yauri ko nakoina laaga ngangi bado congratulations ko prize winners khaktana achiever nate nakoi su achiever amamam oirabani aduna yamna thawai nungaina yumda hangadabani ko noinawak achievers ni ngasai mayamna akhanga hai mayamna thambikriba point mayam do lotion biro ko aduga next to when Sinjara Komatamda or anywhere the Silakomatamda, Hena improved version Amada present of Ngamo, you have a wish Namasutozage. Ahum Subada, and as I said, Akoigi participancy, I Kaksingi, I am a Southeast Manipur Sinba the Suyauserui, like Pukadana, Nasi Suyau Panze. Participants sing is Sarong Topagi and the Nupimsa sing the Oiba. Aduna Nupimsa Singu, Yamna Tagachaning, Tagachaning. Nupimsa Singh Damaka, Ahobo Kuba Matang Nizari, thank you. Ado Akoigi Manipur say a Tailam de Kangde, Akoigi Nupimsa Singh Amdi Nupi Singh na, Yamna Chauba, Manglum the Sanction Bagi Rolama Logasi, Akoina, domestic violence Kumbatoraga, Migi Pugning Hantan Bisi, Yamna Pataba, the Hui the Tabamani, Hibasisu, Tanzadika, Chadraga Suma Simtang Yepsan Zaningi, topics is Laxeraga, Akoinga Sai, Makal, Akoigi Chasina, Tambiki Basingo Yam Pazai. Angang Mahoina class 10, 11, 12 ta Siong na Kangise, Akoi Matam the Kang the Brina Kaleb. I would like to congratulate once again. Aduna Koina, Sida initiate to the Kangba Tiba Horabanina, Nakoina adult or a Komatam the day, Yam Pasana Mamutana, Kangbanga Magani, Habisimasu, Chapsana Taze, Marak the Lip Topiganu, Satabu. I quite a toy of violence, say Makal Anini, Amana out of emotion, Kodaki emotion, the Gitopasi Amyame, Aduga, Karamasuawe. Madudi with some motive. Paisalo talk naba, me mobu defame to naba, personal and mitigi to Wasuyawe, Madudi Kayabuyamde, Aduga Zeke out of emotion the Togose, Masigi, Achoba, Masigi ports Neukena, Quay control to way a warise, more kind of scenery, Kari no Kango no Kanga Beto Hupsala is Adul Masigi Matanga, Nasai, Akoigi, judges sing the respective judges sing the Supan Behopirame, Akoigi Anoba curriculum da, MBBS curriculum da. Etko Mahina Mahape, attitude and communication gi first semester 6 months there compulsory wina tawi akoi skip tawde अखोई कोविड मतम दा मसी ngam gide adu handaki anova batch sidu khara tha taruk phana piba ngamde adu coming batch de soidana ba quick pirani अखोई अचो अचोबा अखोई खुनाई से मसक नाइबा तोंगान तोंगान बा फील्ड की मियोई सिंग कोरगा इंटरेक्ट तोहन जाई एक्सपोज तौ जाई तोंगान तोंगान बा मखल की एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी मैम अमा तौवी मधुन करी नो हायर कांदा वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग फर्स्ट देन डॉक्टर नेक्स्ट हाइबने अखोई ह्यूमन बीइंग अमा ओइना ngamdragadi डॉक्टर अमा ओइबदा माइपा ओइदोरिनी मथंग दमु लाक्चरबदा रोल्स एंड रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फजना तौरगा थबक तो माइपा ए हाई अदो अनाबगी लायेंबगी मतंगदा ina thamjaning basi doctor yaudana anaba sing akhoi kai yengdoi no ngasai akhoi cha sing hai anaba yaudana doctor sing kana yengdoi no haiba question ama su lai ani sena ma magi complementary ne aduna akhoi na kari togada ge har kanda roles and the responsibility of doctor su clear cut lai roles and the responsibility of the patient su lai ba diabetic patient amana saba su kakte exercise su taude pangtau da tausali dak su chang nai na cha de hayeng khudong thiba tho kanda doctor da taina ni haiba se patient ki roles and responsibility ngak tabane ba ko aduna collectively we have to educate ourselves every one of us aduna health fagana bai damakta contribution se doctor khaktagi health care worker khaktagi nate it's everyone's responsibility particularly the person's responsibility haiba pot amala e layeng matam da su decision logo matam da doctor khaktana logo da banate doctor patient and patient party pula phaminaraga logo da bani share to da bani haiba pot la e aduna we are going ahead we are marching forward we are looking for a future bright future in Manipur as well as abroad and elsewhere with these few words akhoi gi program se mapung phan bai damakta koi chair ani gi tarap tagi thank you very much akhoi bi ohon bege damakta su thank you very much
thank you sir mathang da presidential speech bibina bagi damakta Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki president sir Jugindra Sorok khaibambu koksanjari
mayambu nolukchari koramjari ai matam yam logjar roi das linjin biriba chairpersons judges respected senior members all students teachers ngasi akoina sinjariba program se ai gi taraf dai de yamna successful oena logjai lingbel riba mayam punu makna masi yamna successful ohele habsma ai hanba wai se thamjaraga mayam da ikok nonduna thank you yam chauna thank you ma haijari ai thank you so much for making this successful program masi gi si Manipur da sigumba program se ani subni kakching da hanba amma tawre 12 June da amuk tawre students mayam gi sigumba extempore speech competition ma aduga IMA CGC headquarter da ani subni aduga mayam da su khan jenim se sigumba program se India gi oina Manipur na ahan manis mana tawre se students sing se involved taroga so I think adu successful oisi chhatra mayam sina lakpagi moi gi thauna leibagi oja singna ayaba pibagi parents singna ayaba pibagi aduga smaina se khana nenraga sigi platform sida wangang lakpagi aduna congratulations to all of you program si am successful oina thamjaningi aina point tawda point ama khaktang di hairiba sigi thoiba violence against healthcare workers and healthcare institutes si nainaba matamda tasengna sum akoina nainaragadi tung hanna sum points sing sum thigalakpa matamda karida lakke habda akhoi gi education se soire habse asi la noina lyric tamiba system se asi soire habse hojik mayam na loina khangaba pot amani aduna adu chumthokna ba yam kanna honari haibadi MBBS ki topic subjects tam de bida tha ama sumba topic se oina naina sena haibasi tama ibni adagi hojik medical college masing si yam de India ki se aduna district khudingi medical college legadam ni habagi pandam da hojik government na changja lesi si yam thengman labni thengman maduna maram werga education lan maduna maram werga laiba problem myam si thole ibni aduna akhoi myam na khangmi nagada si akhoi gi education se chumna chatli bra habsi ni si wakon sinang thamjage aduga example oina ina thamjaning ba Archana Sharma ki wari se angang sina yamna hanjan ligi aduda thamjaning bi si PC siraba tungda masa si magi husband amasung magi family sina Dr. Singh sida thank you harama yum da pugram maram di phibam yam sokpa anabani angang cesarean section da
hanjan hanjana tawrakpa cesarean section da masi yamna khudong thingai lei haidana hospital amada operation tawraktrabni angang se portrabni laaga zik Dr. Archana Sharma na somehow angang se pokpani aduga po matungda hingaga su e se hadamandana masi leigidabni si khanga matungda family na pukhrabne pukhra matungda kadoge da ngasagi neighbors ki topic la ido kai no da neighbors adigi MLA and ministerial ki la ido kai no da moina dead body se amuk pora aga hospital da amuk pora kune aina thamjani pointing sai doctor sing su lan bai ai haba ama wahi hai yaw students sing doctor sing su mio e bani adu lan gi bai ai haba chummi that is excellent that adu yam chumba wa hom mani lan bai ai adubu si case di doctor se suklan lan da bane adu ne ba khoina khanjin di doctor na suklan lan da pham da ma se aran ba ta halaga media na su ma se murder ne na mathang nongan bagi newspaper da thok matung da ma se suicide commit to gim ne ba kain da ma du khang bangam dam ne ba khang bangam ri se kari gno ha bagi wa pham se ai na ju ne na pam tam da khang se sai education so gim ne ba high river doctor se adu ki matak ma se all the years gold medal phangala ai ba gold medal phangnaba honoriba doctor se karmhaina lairik parangani se mit usam badan mayan loin khang pot amani aduda gold medal phangaga la aba doctor lising da angang si pokraga kan khaba doctor dur mana khang bangam den mana suicide tori maram di karigino magi education soibna neba magi education soir se kaido bagino system soibna neba system soir se kaigino praja se soibne praja se da kana yauri nang si yauri ai si yauri mi si yauri don yauri. So we have to change have wafam si thamning mani aduna singum topic si thamjarakuni aduna yamna nuaje singum discussion si tawraga mai angi knowledge onaba sidagi horaga at least ngasi tinbiriba kumagadang kuthadang chhatra sin natna moi gi imung manong parents sing sina su sigi wafam sin nainaraga at least ataina tawbudi khangde adu high level students sing sina ni soidana moi punsida doctor natra health care da violence taroi have wafam si ai moidagi ai nijaraga ngasi gi sai swai tension jage.
Thank you sir. Makha satrak po ina akoi gi hujik program asi da ngasai dagi yam kanna akoi gi participants sing na contestants sing na hai tare ngangbi gi bagi tabulation results su yaure aduna prize distribution gi program chatharani adu sigi hek mangoi nana ngasi gi jury member on election piriba judges ahumbo khoina felicitate tawbagi tanjam ta logjage aham bada kausan jage sir Dr. R.K. Nimai please sir R.K. Nimai da khoi gi Indian Medical Association Manipur State Branch ki president na khudol pot tambigani. Mathang da lengsin biraksi Professor C.H. Ibohol Maite. Sir Ibohol da akhoi gi immediate past president Sir Shyam Kumar Laisram na khudol pot thambigani. Chairperson gi certificate. Mathang da akhoi gi chairperson ani ngasi yam maru oiba thodang lobi gi ba Sir Shyam Kumar Laisram amasu Sir R.K. Lenin da certificate amasung akoi gi kudol pot thambi na bagi damakta ai Sir Palin Kundong Bambu kokhachage Sir Shyam Kumar Laisram da Sir Palin na kudol pot thambi gani Mathang da Sir R.K. Lenin da su adum pipiramosa. Mathang da ngasi gi tabulator gi role pubiriba Dr. A. Vivekananda Singh da akoi IMA Sir Sijudum Tamil Dr. Vivekananda da sir na tabulator gi keno dum bibiro. Mathang na ai isamak na isabu mu kauthok charage ai gi ju buthok piro sir amta ai gi ju ta heno bado birom. अखोई की कंटेस्टेंट सिंह की प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की प्रोग्राम हो रही प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की दमकता डॉक्टर ए विवेकानंद सिंह दा हैंड ओवर तौजर
Good evening, everyone. So the most awaited moment of today's evening. So just to brief the whole competition today, I'll just read out a profile. Like we have a total number of 34 entries from all the colleges and schools of Manipur. Out of those 34, 29 competitors participated in the event. We had 16 female competitors and 13 boys. And then seeing the various categories of the students, we have subdivided the competition into two categories, one for the high school and the secondary school, and the other one for the graduates and above. So with this very competitive competition, we'll be announcing the prize. We'll be announcing from the bottom a quick consolation prize. Manga amusu thame besides first, second, third. Aduna total number of prizes that we are going to give out is 8 till the 8th position for both the categories. So I'll start from the consolation prize for the school category. For this, I will like to request Sir Mohan to kindly come up and distribute the prizes. In the school category, we have the consolation prize in the 8th position, Monica Yenglam, competitor number 15. Contestant number 15, Menaka Yalam. In the 7th position, we have competitor number 23, Silas Sarokaivam. In the 6th position, we have competitor number 25, Valerie Longjam. Valerie Longjam, 6th position. So 6th position, the local guardian is going to get the prize. Then in the 5th position, we have competitor number 5, Gaitung Liu Rongmei. Gaitung Liu Rongmei, consolation prize in the 5th position. In the 4th position, we have competitor number 11, Lingjian Thoi Chandam. And for all the consolation prizes, we are all giving out a prize of rupees 500 to encourage these young participants. Now, the third prize, rupees 2,000. A certificate, some gift vouchers from Medilane and Padma Medicare. We have the third position competitor number 10, Langamba Yumnam.
Langamba Yumnam, please. He is contestant number 10 in category A, third position. Next, Vasundhara Sanjembam, second prize. Contestant number 26. Oh. Adu timely to. Third three outro. Adu nang kiren to half the prize give voucher ani 2000. Sure iram madi bai dana. Kya ba? Pardon us for some minor hustle in the prize distribution. I once again call Langamba Yumnam, third prize holder, to please come up the stage again. We have some gift vouchers from Medillion Services and Padma Medicare. Second prize holder Vasundhara Sanjempam also, please. Thank you. And the first prize goes to contestant number 12, Mansi Sagolsem. Our prizes carry a cash prize of 5,000 rupees 5,000 for first prize, rupees 3,000 for second prize, and rupees 2,000 for third prize, along with the gift vouchers and a certificate. Thank you, Sir Mohan. For presenting the prizes for the next category, I call upon our senior IMA member, Sir Rajen Sinam, to please distribute the prizes.
The competition was quite tough in the graduate category. We have 3 competitors in the 6th position. So instead of 8 position, like we have joined 3 winners in the 6th position. I will announce. In the 6th position, we have competitor number 16, Paungai Faumai, competitor number 31, Ronel Nepram, competitor number 32, Ahibam Basanta. All of them jointly secured the 6th position. All of the 3 kindly come up. Yeah. So they will be getting a cash prize of 500 as consolation. In the 5th position, we have competitor number 29, Naurem Rosini Chanu. 5th position. Kindly give her a big hand. In the 4th position, we have competitor number 1, Anamika. Fourth position, Anamika. Yep. Please come. Kindly accept on her behalf. Then for the 3rd position, competitor number 28, Chongtham Umakanta, a cash prize of 2,000, a gift voucher from Medillion, and a gift voucher from Padma Medicare. For the second prize, which is sponsored by Jivan Hospital, Kakching, I would like to request the Managing Director to be kindly present on the dais. And Madam also kindly. Dr. Y. Asok and Dr. Jibalata, kindly come on the stage. And the second prize, the winner is participant number 24, Umar MK. The second prize is sponsored by Jivan Hospital, a cash prize of 3,000. Then a gift voucher from Mediland and a gift voucher from Padma Medicare. Bless diagnostic medium molite. That's right. And then we have the final first prize. The winner is, before that I would like to request Madam Boni to kindly come on the stage for the distribution of the prize. The first prize is sponsored by Bless Diagnostics. And the winner is participant number 30, King Bas Sarokaibam. He is the proud winner of today's competition, a cash prize of 5,000. A cash prize of 5,000, gift vouchers from Mediland and Padma Medicare. Oh. Everyone kindly give a big hand for the young man. Now, a big applause. And now, before winding up for this program, I would like to request all the prize winners to kindly come on the stage for a group photograph with the IMA doctors and senior members. So kindly come up, all the winners. Everyone who present in the field.
Excuse me, I'll take just 1 minute. Mr. Kingba, who received the award from me, happens to be my cousin's son. I am Surakaibam Ningol and he is Surakaibam Kingba. Thank you.
Yeah, all the other participants kindly come up for the group photograph. Yeah, everyone is welcome to. And Dr. R.K. Lenin has also announced another cash incentive of 2,000 for Mr. Kingba.